Well, hi again, everyone. Welcome to Softball on Classic Hits 97.7. As tonight we have, for all intents and purposes, the District 2A2 Championship on the line as the Hobart Lady Bearcats entertain the Mangum Lady Tigers along many platforms. Over the radio on 97.7, that's Classic Hits, home of Michael in the Morning. Also, you can find our broadcast on oksports.tv or on one of two Facebook pages, the Classic Hits 97.7 Facebook page or the 1420 KTJS Facebook page. So there you go. Many ways to find us here this evening as we get set for this district matchup between the Mangum Lady Tigers and the Hobart Lady Bearcats. We say, for all intents and purposes, the district title on the line. Coming into the ball game, Mangum undefeated inside district play. They are 9-0. Hobart comes in at 7-1, but that one loss coming at the hands of the Mangum Lady Tigers back on August 20th when Mangum won that in run rule fashion by a final score of 11-2. Now, Lady Bearcats win tonight. Obviously, they wrap up the title because Hobart would have two losses inside district play. The most that Mangum could have would be two, as they will entertain Sayre tomorrow afternoon and evening in a pair of bowl games. They would go to the head-to-head matchup. Mangum would have that. They'd also have the run differential as well. So, again, Hobart can keep their postseason, not postseason hopes, but getting a chance to host the regional hopes alive if they can win this ball game tonight and they can get some help tomorrow night from Sayre. Our starting lineups and first pitch is coming up. We invite you to stick and stay. This is Classic Hits 97.7.
Farmers and ranchers need feed or supplies? 4E Feed and Supply in Mangum is farm-owned, so they understand your needs for the farm and ranch. They feature bulk feeds for pickup or they'll deliver. Great brands coupled with fast, friendly service. They have gates and panels, vet supplies, and show feeds too. 4E Feed and Supply supports Greer County school sports and ag activities. 425 East Lincoln in Mangum.
Buy your Mangum Tiger Spirit clothing from locally owned CJ's Tiger Specialty Shop, where you'll find the best selection, quality, and the lowest prices. Greer County items, too. They'll design something especially for your group. CJ's is your one-stop Mangum School Spirit Shop, 1 block south of the high school, Mangum, Oklahoma.
When it comes to getting your prescriptions filled quickly, just have your doctor send them to Bratton Drug in Mangum or Granite Drug in Granite, where competent and friendly pharmacists will quickly fill them correctly. Bratton Drug and Granite Drug are hometown, locally owned pharmacies, and they know you have a choice when it comes to a pharmacy, so they appreciate your business, and they're proud to serve you. That's Bratton Drug in Mangum and Granite Drug in Granite.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night, or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there.
All right, here we go as we get set for the first pitch between Mangum and Hobart. And Mangum will go with a lineup that includes Kyra Hussey, Dusty Pence, and Haven Gilbert. Then it's Sarah Rogers, Sydney Webb, and Victoria Geralds, Maddie Lively, J.C. Nippert, and Nicole Rogers round out the bottom third. Hussey, Pence, Gilbert, Rogers, Webb, and Geralds, Lively, Nippert, and Rogers for the Mangum Lady Tigers. 19-3 overall, and as we mentioned, 9-0 inside District 2A2 play. Defensively, Hobart will go with Molly Myers on the mound this evening. Her battery mate is Abby Simmons. Jenny Hoyle is at first. Kenley Smith at second. Jamie Harris is the third baseman. Kamara Jackson is at short. And then it's Catherine Rudkins, Carissa Smith, and Lexi Tompkins from left to right in the outfield for this group from Hobart. Lady Cats dressed in their home blue tops with a white pants and blue stripe. The first pitch on the way hits Kyra Hussey on the hop, and she's aboard. So Hussey gets hit by a pitch that wouldn't break a pane of glass. That one bounced out in front of home plate and came up and got her in the leg. So Hussey is aboard. She probably will be off with the first pitch, if not the second one, as Dusty Pence will step in. Pence, the shortstop for head coach Richard Carney and the Mangum Lady Tigers. And Joe Knapp, who once coached the Mangum Lady Tigers, going to bring his third baseman Harris all the way in at third. Pitch going to get away, go back to the screen. Hussey doesn't have to steal. She's just on board with a wild pitch and now in scoring position. The count on Pence is 1-0. And Molly Myers now going to get rid of the mask. She was wearing a mask, as would be advised, but distracting her, she says. So going to get rid of the mask, and with the count 2-0, set to go to work here on Dusty Pence. Pitch on the way. Dusty squares to bunt, takes a ball. Now the count is 2-0. I had it 2-0 already. I was being clairvoyant. Thank you. So it's 2-0 on Pence. Just on the way here. As we mentioned at the top, several different platforms to check out. A couple of Facebook pages. As there's a pitch inside for a ball. 3-0 now on Pence. KTJS. Classic Hits 97.7. Ball 4, Pence aboard. There goes Hussey on the delayed steal. And Kyra is in standing up. So runners on the edges now for Mangum here in the first. A leadoff hit batter, and now a base on balls. Pence is at first, Hussey at third, nobody out, and here comes Haven Gilbert. Gilbert, one of those rarities, catches with the left hand, bats with the right. Takes a strike here, that's the first of the ball game, and it's 0-1. On the pitch, taking second base will be Pence. She's in scoring position with the stolen base. Nobody out, and the count 0-1 on Haven Gilbert. Pitch on the way from Myers. A little bit outside for a ball. The count level at 1-1. Beautiful facility here in Hobart Braun Softball Park. Built back in 1999. 1-1 pitch, rolled on the ground back to Myers. She'll field her position, throw to first for one. Now here comes Hussey, scoring from third, slides in safely. Unable to hold on to the ball was Abby Simmons. So the first run of the ball game goes to the Lady Tigers. Fielder's choice there as Gilbert will ground into it 1-3. Moving to third on the play will be Dusty Pence. She's there now for Sarah Rogers. Rogers, the second baseman, set to dig in. Don't be surprised if Joe Knapp doesn't pitch around Sarah Rogers. No bargain, though, in the on-deck circle when you look at Sydney Webb. Cold strike here, and it's 0-1 on Rogers. As we mentioned, this facility built in 1999, 210 down the left field line and in center field, down the right field line as well. Symmetrical, thank you. Rogers had a notion laid off the high heat, and the count level at 1-1 on Sarah. Infield in pristine condition here this evening, as is the grass. 1-1 pitch. Rogers late on that one. Tried to go the other way, and she's down in the count now 1-2. Couple of more ball games involving Mangum coming up tomorrow night. Well, actually tomorrow afternoon and evening, as Sayre will be in town to close out the district portion of the regular season for Mangum. Rogers looks at one outside for a ball. That's gutsy on her part. Count now level at 2-2. Crowd anticipating Bill Ferguson ringing up Sarah on that pitch. 2-2 pitch on the way here from Myers. Fouled back towards us. It'll stay 2-2. We get a chance to set up high and see the entire field here at Braun Complex. Found out prior to the game that here's the 2-2 pitch. Line shot off the glove of the first baseman. That is a fair ball. Jenny Hoyle knocked it down. Oh, but now they're going to call it foul. Wow. Well, it looked like Hoyle was standing in fair territory when she touched that ball. And Sarah Rogers was off to the races, but then got shut down as she was halfway between first and second. 2-2 on the way again. Again, Rogers going the other way, ground ball. Smith will field at second, but that will get the run home from third base for Mangum. They lead 2-0. So a good piece of hitting there by Sarah Rogers. Less than 2 outs. You've got to get that runner home from third base, and she'll roll into the 4-3 fielder's choice, but does get the RBI. Mangum's jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Here's Sydney Webb. She'll bat with the bases empty. First pitch on the way to Sydney. Called strike, and it's 0-1. We were mentioning assistant coach Chad Hussey, fan of Michael in the morning. Morning radio the way it should be, 6-10. Classic Hits 97.7. Make sure you tune in. Ground ball towards short. Jackson with time, sets, fires, and the inning will come to an end. But not before Mangum comes up with a pair of runs. 2 runs on no hits. There were no errors, and nobody left on board after a half inning of play. It's Mangum 2. Hobart coming to bat. Classic Hits 97.7.
Buy your Mangum Tiger Spirit clothing from locally owned CJ's Tiger Specialty Shop, where you'll find the best selection, quality, and the lowest prices. Greer County items, too. They'll design something especially for your group. CJ's is your one-stop Mangum School Spirit Shop, 1 block south of the high school, Mangum, Oklahoma.
When it comes to funeral homes, there are several to choose from, but choosing a funeral home that is locally owned offers the advantage of the local owners who are involved right here in the community, helping you during your time of need. Greer Funeral Home owners Carson and Stacy Van Zant are perfect examples of owners who offer that family-like connection that you'd expect from a friend and a neighbor. Greer Funeral Home in Mangum and Granite, providing dignity and respect.
Welcome back to Hobart. We get ready for the bottom half of inning number 1. Mangum on top, 2-0. Joe Knapp will send Abby Simmons, Kinley Smith, and Jenny Hoyle to home plate in inning number 1. Middle third of the lineup for the Lady Bearcats, Kimora Jackson, Catherine Rudkins, and Caitlin Collier. And then it's Lexi Tompkins, Molly Myers, and Jamie Harris. Simmons, Smith, Hoyle, Jackson, Rudkins, and Collier, Tompkins, Myers, and Harris. The batting order for the Hobart Lady Bearcats. Meantime, defensively, Mangum, you should be familiar with this by now. Nicole Rogers will catch the pitches of Sydney Webb, so it's Webb and Rogers, the battery here. At first base, Haven Gilbert. Sarah Rogers is at second. Victoria Gerald's at short. Dusty Pence is Victoria Gerald's at third. Dusty Pence is the shortstop. And the outfield from left to right, J.C. Nippert, Kyra Hussey, and Kayla Reese. So Mangum, a couple of runs in that first inning of play without the benefit of a hit, and they lead here 2-0. Abby Simmons, who had some success in the first meeting between these two ball clubs, leads off way up in the box for the right-handed hitter. Gilbert in at first, in at third. Gerald's in the first pitch, swung on and missed. 0-1 on Simmons. Outfield relatively deep for Abby. 0-1 pitch on the way here. Had a notion, cold strike, and it's 0-2 on Simmons. And you just love Sydney Webb starting off ahead in the count. It doesn't matter what level of baseball or softball you're talking about. Pitchers that start ahead in the count are successful. And right there, Sydney is swinging a miss by Simmons. She's gone on 3 pitches. 1 out here in the first inning for Hobart. And here comes Kinley Smith. Smith, the second baseman, left-handed batter. Choking up on the bat. Thought about slap hitting, but takes a strike, and it's 0-1. And how about Sydney Webb early on? 4 pitches, all of them strikes here in this first inning of play. Mangum, as we mentioned, no hits in their first inning, but came up with 2 runs. Smith, ground ball towards second. Sarah there to field, flipped to first for out number 2. Well, good piece of hitting that time by Kinley Smith, but right at Sarah Rogers, the sure-handed second baseman for Mangum. 2 up, 2 down for Hobart in their half of the first, and Jenny Hoyle now will step in. Hoyle, the first baseman for the Lady Bearcats. First pitch on the way. Late on that fastball, back to the screen, 0-1 on Hoyle. She had a hefty cut there. Mangum, as we mentioned, 2 tomorrow against Sayre. We'll have them both here. Classic Hits 97.7. First game about 4:30, and the second to follow afterwards. Hoyle again late, back over the screen this time, and it's 0-2. And Thursday night, I'm just going to go over and hobnob at Mangum and be a part of the Tiger Bash that gets underway at 6 there in downtown Mangum. Lots of fun and frivolity, jocularity, and it's a great fundraiser. Hoyle, fly ball right field, and there to make the catch for out number 3 will be Kayla Reese. So a rather pedestrian first inning for Sydney Webb. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left as Hobart goes 1-2-3 in their half of the first. We'll go to the top of the second. Lady Tigers on top, 2-0. This is Classic Hits 97.7.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night, or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there.
Taking care of your family is easy and convenient at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum. Located at 114 South Lewis Tittle in Mangum, Dr. Lonnie Perryman and nurse practitioner Patty Burks provide a comprehensive, full-service family practice, including care for children and adults, including geriatrics. Call 782-3393 for appointments at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum.
Top half of inning number 2, and due up for Mangum, Victoria Gerald's, Maddie Lively, and J.C. Nippert as Lady Tigers on top 2-0 here in inning number 2. I talked about that Tiger Bash coming up on Thursday. That is the main fundraiser of the year for the athletic department. I'm looking forward to, as we said, just hobnobbing, hanging out, kind of being over there, checking it all out. Then on Friday night, it's week number 3 of the high school football season. Mangum finally going to be at home as they will play host to the Apache Warriors at the Liberty Bowl. Justin O'Neill and I will have the game. Our pregame starts at 6:30. Kickoff will be at 7 o'clock. Friday night football. Looking forward to it in Mangum. Gerald's will roll this one towards third. Harris will set and fire. We've got 1 pitch and 1 gone. I'm not so sure that ball from here, and again, we're a long way away, but I thought the ball rolled off the leg of Victoria. No protest from Richard or Chad Hussey, so apparently it did not. 1 down here in the second. Maddie Lively now going to step in. Lively, the designated hitter this evening, takes a strike at its 0-1. Hard to believe the regular season winding down for the Lady Tigers softball squad. As we mentioned, 2 games tomorrow, district affairs. Called strike 2 on Lively, 0-2. And then Mangum will play a couple of 3 non-district bowl games. And got, Elk City, Cache, Cyril on the schedule. Swing and a miss. Lively gone on strikes. Catcher dropped the ball, but the flip to first base by Abby Simmons. 2 up, 2 down. So Mangum yet to come up with a base hit, but they lead it 2-0 that first inning. Kyra Hussey got hit by a pitch to begin the ball game, first pitch of the game. And then Dusty Pence walked on 4 straight pitches. A couple of fielders' choices, a couple of wild pitches, and a couple of runs. First pitch here to Nippert, taking first strike, and it's 0-1 on JC. 2-0. Mangum on top half of inning number 2. Simmons, Myers, called strike 2. Molly ahead in the count on Nippert, 0-2. Well, with one team 9-0 in the district, one team 7-1 in the district, and the only loss coming at the hands of the 9-0 team, you would expect this one to be a good one. That one inside out, and there's a base hit into right field for J.C. Nippert with 2 outs. Good piece of hitting there by Nippert. She shortened up the stroke with the 0-2 count and simply lofted it into right field for the base hit. And what this does, it keeps not only the inning alive, obviously, but it turns your lineup over as well, as the 9th place hitter, Nicole Rogers, now will step in. And Rogers, not your quintessential 9th place hitter. This kid can hit. First pitch all the way to Rogers, swing. Ball pops out of the glove of the catcher, Simmons, but no movement there. Nicole Rogers down in the count 0-1. Ground ball towards short. Jackson only played at first, and out by a step at first base on a bang-bang play is Nicole Rogers. Rogers made it close, but she is retired. So Mangum comes up empty. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a runner left on board. After an inning and a half, it's Mangum 2 and Hobart nothing. Classic Hits 97.7.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s. They're the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring.
For top-notch heating and air conditioning service and installation, you can rely on Payne's Heating and Air, serving Southwest Oklahoma and North Texas from their headquarters in Mangum, Oklahoma. With years of experience and hundreds of satisfied customers, call Payne's Heating and Air Conditioning at 799-5130, 799-5130.
All right, we go to the bottom of the second inning. Mangum on top by a score of 2-0. Those of you listening in Mangum and Greer County, you'll want to know that those 2 scofflaws that escaped from the Greer County Jail have been recaptured. 33-year-old Duke Searle and 22-year-old Colin Pantoja were captured earlier today. They escaped last night about 10. Apparently they got into the ceiling, crawled through air ducts, got to a second-floor roof, and then climbed to the ground. The pair were picked up earlier today. Searle's taken into custody at about noontime, 5 miles north of Gould, and Pantoja captured about 1:45 in Hollis earlier today. So they've been booked back into the Greer County Jail, and needless to say, they won't be doing any duct work now. All right, off to the second inning of play we go, and it'll be Kamora Jackson, Catherine Rudkins, and Caitlin Collier due up for Hobart. First pitch on the way. Upstairs for a ball. The count is 1-0 on Jackson. Is that the first ball delivered by? It is. First pitch that's been outside of the strike zone for Sydney Webb here this evening. 1-0 pitch on the way. Jackson, line drive back this way. It's 1-1. Sun shining brightly late in the day. 6:40. And right in the eyes of the fielders. I mean, it's just, if you're on the first base side or in center field, you're going to get some sun. Pitch down in the dirt, and the count now 2-1 on Jackson. In fact, we look down there, and Haven Gilbert shielding her eyes from the sun with her glove. 2-1 count now on the leadoff batter here in the second, Kamora Jackson. Jackson, a little ground ball towards the pitcher. Good play by Sydney, and she'll flip the first in time for out number one. So Webb, a little backhanded play to the right of the pitching mound. Victoria Gerald's had a long way to come to get that ball, so nice move there by Webb to pick it up, fire it to first to get out number one. One gone now for Catherine Rudkins. Rudkins will take a strike, and it's 0-1 on Catherine. Rudkins, one of 4 seniors on this squad. Jackson, Kinley Smith, and Lexi Tompkins are the other 3. 0-1 pitch on the way. Foul ball, and it's 0-2. Kind of a cool deal that they've got here on the Hobart dugout. They've got pictures of the 4 seniors on the back side of the dugout. 0-2 pitch on the way here. A little ground ball foul. It'll stay 0-2. College football coming up this weekend, and yours truly is looking forward to it. I know it's a Big 12 opener for Oklahoma against Iowa State up at Jack Trice Stadium, but I'm looking forward to that game over in Stillwater. Oklahoma State and Boise State. Pitch downstairs here to count 1-2. Allen kicking off at 2:30 on Saturday afternoon. I think Chad Fox told me that we will start the broadcast on 1420 KTGS of the OU game. Line drive. Pinch deep in the hole. Throw not going to be there in time. And a base hit infield single for Catherine Rudkins. Good play all the way around there. Ball well placed by Rudkins. Pence went a long way to get it. Made a strong throw, but Rudkins easily safe at first base. First base runner of the evening for Hobart. 1 on, 1 out here in the second, and they trail 2-0. Cold strike on Caitlin Collier. Cece is her teammates call her. Anyhow, OU and Iowa State begin our coverage of college football Saturday. 0-1 pitch on the way here. Swing and a miss. Collier down in the count 0-2. 9 o'clock start time for the pregame kickoff. As we mentioned, OU and Iowa State is set for 11, and then after that we'll switch up to Stillwater for Boise State and Oklahoma State. That could be a high-flying affair there. Ground ball towards first. Gilbert will make the play, step on the bag, and I think Haven may have thought that there were 2 outs in the inning. Kind of nonchalantly made that play. Moving to second will be Rudkins on the fielder's choice. 2 gone now. 3 unassisted, fielder's choice. Runner at second base for Lexi Tompkins. Tompkins had a notion, laid off it, 0-1. Or check that 1-0. Tompkins, the right fielder, and one of those seniors on this club. So Sydney Webb with a runner at second base, and 2 gone here in the second, trying to get out of the inning. That's fouled back to the screen, and the count now level at 1-1. Deanne asked me the other day, why did you learn to like Boise State? And I said, well, because they beat OU in the Fiesta Bowl. Of course, that didn't go over well because she's a Boomer Sooner all the way. But it wasn't that they beat Oklahoma. It's just that they beat a Power 5 conference team. You know, it could have been Penn State. It could have been USC. It didn't make any difference. It was a mid-major winning, and that was what's so exciting about it. Pitch upstairs, and count now 2-1 on Tompkins. Of course, the Sooners getting some tough news yesterday. Rodney Anderson done with that devastating knee injury in Saturday's win against UCLA. Foul ball back this way. Bang. And the count now 2-2 on Tompkins. Boise State, Oklahoma State. I will be sequestered in my chair in the living room watching that one on ESPN. 2-2 pitch on the way here. In the dirt, gets away from Rogers, and in fact rolls towards the Mangum dugout, and that's going to be interference, I believe. Well, no, they send the runner, and the runner is out. Joe Knapp is arguing, saying that ball got into paraphernalia over there for Mangum. And now we're going to have a conversation. Boy, Richard Carney and Chad Hussey are not real happy that this conversation is going on. Ball got away from the catcher. Nicole Rogers rolled towards the third base dugout. Richard and Chad setting on buckets, if you will. They say that buckets got out of the way. Over at third base, Joe Knapp is coaching. He says the ball hit the buckets. He sent his runner home. She was basically walking. They threw the ball home, and tagged out easily at home was Rudkins. And now, a little bit of a discussion going on. Bill Ferguson trying to point out where the ball went here and went there. And I don't think Joe's going to have any of it. Meantime, Richard trying to stay out of the fray. He'll bring his team inside the foul line over on third base side and have a conversation with them. And he's probably just kind of hanging out saying, okay, well, let's see what happens here. Let's go here. Yada, yada, yada. So let's see here. Oh, goodness. Laughing at a text that I got from my better half and taking advantage of some of the paraphernalia that she hung on the wall to keep my clothes from laying on the floor. She didn't have to say anything, just gave the hint, and she's so delighted that I was smart enough to figure it out. Meantime, the conversation continuing just to the third base side of home plate, and I don't think this is going to go Joe Knapp's way. The interesting thing to see is if they will go ahead and say that Rudkins is out, and they do. So the inning comes to a close in controversial fashion. Rudkins retired 2-1. Wow. No runs, one hit, no errors, and a runner left on board. We've played 2-0. This could get fun before all is said and done. Classic Hits 97.7.
Mangum Oil and Gas at 1306 North Lewis Tittle offers so many services. From fuel at the C-store to the self-serve car wash, getting propane bottles filled or propane delivered to the home and farm, even U-Haul services. It's no wonder so many folks head to Mangum Oil and Gas, where they say, go Tigers.
What does it mean to be a Mangum Tiger, you ask? Well, we are one town, one school, and one family. We may be a small town, but we have big dreams and a bright future ahead of us. This is Lori Laughlin from Cincinnati Bank, member FDIC, and we are so proud to support the Mangum Tigers.
Folks in Mangum know what to do when they need to quench a thirst, curb a hunger attack, or cool down with an ice cream. They just make the Loop at 918 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. The Loop, supporting the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
For over 4 generations, the Willis family and staff have worked to develop their skills, and with improved technologies, they can assure you of a monument that will stand the test of time. Their award-winning designers, expert stonecutters, layout artists, sandblast sculptors, and installation crew are here to serve you. Visit them online at willisgranite.com. Willis Granite Products, with locations in Granite, Oklahoma City, and Stillwater.
Well, certainly a controversial end to that bottom of the second inning, and it did not go the way of the home team. So we'll go to the top of the third. Mangum on top, 2-0. Top of the order due up here. Kyra Hussey takes a strike, and it's 0-1 on Kyra. She got hit by a pitch, went to second on a walk, to third on a wild pitch, and came in to score on a fielder's choice. Hussey late on that one, count now 0-2 on Kyra. Molly Myers, since those 2 opening batters, has really settled in nicely. Hit Hussey with the first pitch of the ball game, walked Pence on the first 4 pitches Dusty saw, and then both those kids came around to score. This one sails outside. The count now 1-2 on the leadoff batter here, Kyra Hussey, in inning number 3. Absolutely gorgeous night. Wow, it is pretty. 1-2 pitch. Hussey off the fist and foul. And the count will stay 1-2 on Kyra. Check the forecast, and we will drop down to about 62 in Hobart, 61 in Mangum. So another comfortable night. Shut off the AC, throw up the windows, and get some good old-fashioned freshness. 2-2 pitch. Boy, Hussey fought off a tough one there. Rolled it foul. Scoreboard has 2-2. I've got 1-2. Let's see what Bill Ferguson throws up here. Hussey down in the count. And we're going to say 1-2. Here's the pitch on the way now from Myers. Popped up sky high. Calling for it is the catcher, and she runs out of real estate. It'll stay 1-2. Some of the bench jockeys down behind the first base line nearly got kerplunked on that one. All the kids were calling for it. Myers from her pitcher's position, Jenny Hoyle from first, and Abby Simmons from catcher. And suddenly the ball drops amongst the fans. So again, Myers set to go to work on Hussey. Pitch on the way. Kyra swing, foul tip. Ball pops out of the glove, and apparently there was no foul tip. It just popped out of the glove of catcher Abby Simmons. Simmons will throw to first, and out number 1 has been recorded. That is the second strike out of the ball game for Molly Myers, and in both times the ball popped out of the glove of Simmons, and she had to throw down to first base. So one gone here in inning number 3 for Dusty Pence. Dusty walking on 4 pitches her first time around, stole a base and came around to score the second run of the ball game. Looks at one upstairs for a ball. The count 1-0 on Pence. 1-0 offering on the way. Laid off that one in the dirt, and it's 2-0. Talking about the weather, it's supposed to stay like this for a couple of more days, and then we are told by Friday into Saturday and Sunday, humidity is supposed to build. 2-0 pitch upstairs, ball 3, and we'll be close to 90 during those days, and then hopefully a front moves through early next week, cools it back off. 3-0 pitch, Dusty taking all the way, and it's 3-1 on Pence. One gone here in the third, Mangum leading 2-0. Pitch to Pence, upstairs ball 4, and Dusty aboard for the second straight time via walk. That'll bring Haven Gilbert to the plate. Gilbert rolled back to Molly Myers her first time around, but on the play, coming in to score the first run of the ball game, Kyra Hussey. Hussey was at third base. First pitch on the way now to the Mangum first baseman. Down low for a ball. The count is 1-0. Mangum Star News have been serving Southwest Oklahoma since 1887. It's no wonder when folks want to know what's happening, they grab the Mangum Star News. Today, the paper is just as proud to serve you online, in your mailbox, or at a store near you. Pop up on the infield. Kamora Jackson will call for it and catch it for out number 2. So 2 gone here in the third for Sarah Rogers. Rogers rolling into a fielder's choice her first time around, and brought Dusty Pence home for the second run of the ball game. Pence at first with 2 gone. Rogers waited on that one, ticked foul, and it's 0-1 on Sarah. Top of the third inning, Mangum, Hobart, Classic Hits 97.7, OKSports.tv, and on Facebook Live. Inside to Rogers. Ball now 1-1 on Sarah. 2 gone here in the third. Myers set to go to work. 1-1 pitch. Fly ball, center field. Smith going back, and Carissa will make the play. Couple of feet in front of the warning track in straightaway center field. So Mangum comes up empty in their half of the third. No runs, no hits, a walk, no errors, and a runner left on board. At the end of 2.5, Mangum 2, Hobart nothing. Classic Hits 97.7.
Travis Septic Tank Service can handle everything related to septic tank maintenance and cleaning, including commercial applications. Call Travis Septic Tank Services at 580-782-2384. That's 782-2384. Travis says, go Mangum Tigers.
Wondering how Western Oklahoma State College can fit into your future? With 25 degree options and more than 20 student organizations, it's easy to join the Pioneer family. Western offers classes online and on campus, making it simple to fit an education into your schedule. Western's tuition is less than half of a four-year university's and offers many scholarship opportunities. To find out more about how your future is brighter at Western, visit wosc.edu.
Well, Lexi Tompkins will lead it off here in the home half of inning number 3 for Hobart. Tompkins was at home plate when that controversial play took place to end the inning. Ball got away from Mangum catcher Nicole Rogers. Joe Knapp at third base, and the coach of the Hobart Lady Bearcats thought the ball had gotten into the sitting devices that Richard Carney and Chad Hussey were on, and so he just told his runner to go home. And Catherine Rudkins was easily tagged out at home plate as she was walking towards home plate. Knapp argued the call, but it did not get reversed. So Tompkins leads it off, swing, foul tip, back to the screen, 0-1 on Lexi. The count was 2-2 on her when that play occurred. Mangum 2 quick runs in the first and quiet ever since. Tompkins again fooled by the pitch and did a nice job of just fighting that one off, and it's 0-2 on Lexi. If you weren't with us at the top, shame on you. Mangum 9-0 inside district play. Hobart 7-1. Here's the pitch to Tompkins upstairs for a ball, 1-2. The only loss Hobart has had inside district play was to Mangum back on August the 20th. As the Lady Tigers run ruled the Lady Bearcats 11-2. Ground ball that stays fair, picked up by Haven Gilbert at first base. She'll step on the bag for out number 1. A lot of times when you have a right-handed hitter gets that inside-out swing, that ball will continue to slice to the right and roll foul. That one just kind of hugged the first base line all the way down to Gilbert. Easy play for Haven. Here's a bunt picked up by Gerald's Victoria. Quick throw to Sarah Rogers, covering at first base for out number 2. Yeah, that's a well-oiled machine right there. Gerald's with the play, and a better job by Rogers to get over and cover second base as Gilbert was coming in on the bunt attempt. So 2 up, 2 down here in inning number 3, and Jamie Harris takes the ball upstairs, 1-0 on Harris. 9th place hitter for the Lady Bearcats. And again, that sunshine on the right side of the infield presenting some problems. 2-0 now on Harris. And look at Gilbert shading her eyes. Sarah Rogers has got a visor on. Kayla Reese has a visor and using the hand to shield the eyes as well out in right field. 2-0 pitch here. Inside out, knocked down by Gilbert at first for out number 3. That is the third unassisted play that Haven has made. That's 3 of the last 4 outs made by Haven Gilbert all by herself. Thank you very much. 3 up, 3 down for Hobart in their half of inning number 3. We'll go to the 4th. Mangum on top, 2-0. Classic Hits 97.7.
Triad Home Health in Mangum is locally owned and offers nursing, physical therapy, occupational, wound care, IV therapy, and more. All administered by people who go above and beyond for you. Phone Triad Home Health today at 580-782-5800. That's 782-5800.
333 Dental Care in Mangum is the dental practice of Dr. Dustin Lively. His experience, skill, and compassion go hand in hand when providing exceptional, up-to-date patient care. Dr. Lively and his team of professionals are proud to help you with the best dental care possible, along with preventive care that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. Call 580-782-2552 or visit the team at 333 Dental Care. They support the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
The Castle Insurance Agency of Mangum is celebrating 80 years in business and 4 decades of Mangum Tiger and Lady Tiger graduates. The Castle Insurance Agency has had and will continue to have a long-term commitment to support Mangum students on the field and off the field. For auto, home, farm, bonds, crop, oil field, or commercial insurance, please call or stop by the Castle Insurance Agency, 122 South Pennsylvania in Mangum. Call 782-3049. That's 782-3049. The Castle Insurance Agency of Mangum.
Top of the 4th underway. The first pitch to Sydney Webb, taken for a strike. 0-1 on Sydney. Webb grounded out her first time around to the shortstop, Kamora Jackson. 0-1 pitch on the way here from Myers. Upstairs for a ball. The count 1-1. By the way, for those of you watching on oksports.tv or on one of our Facebook Live pages, the score and inning being kept up to date by our own Katie Carney. Thank you, Katie. There's a line drive into the gap, right center field. That one will get to the fence. And on her way to second base will go Sydney Webb. Webb with a stand-up double to lead off inning number 4. Going to get a courtesy runner now for Webb, and that'll be the younger Hussey that'll come in and run for Webb. Sydney, a little bit of trouble rounding first base. It's soft. We mentioned how pretty the infield is. It is soft, though. Mangum getting, or rather Hobart getting close to about 4.5 inches of rain last week with that storm that moved through, and so everything's still a little bit soggy here. And you can see that soft dirt when Sydney turned the corner and had a little blowout there. First pitch taken for a ball by Victoria Geralds. 1-0 on Victoria. She's 0 for 1 with a ground out to third base. Geralds could cut there, back to the screen. Count level now. And 1-1, although scoreboard has it 0-2. I thought Bill indicated ball on that first pitch. We'll see. And Geralds set to go to work. And the pitch on the way from Myers. Swing and a miss, and it was an 0-2 pitch. So Victoria Gerald's going on strikes. First out of the inning for Mangum. And for Molly Myers, that will be strikeout number 3 in the ball game. Had 1 in the second, 1 in the third, now 1 here in the 4th. That'll bring Maddie Lively to the plate. Lively, one of those strikeout victims. That happened in the second. And now Maddie shows bunt and gets hit on the leg. Yikes. So Lively, the second hit batter of the ball game. The first, Kyra Hussey, she came around to score. So Lively over at first. By the way, looking out there and seeing Victoria Geralds running to the fair pole and back. When you strike out with Richard Carney at a ball game, bunt attempt here, and what nice play by Abby Simmons, and she'll go up and make the catch as Nippert's foul attempt was popped up and caught by the catcher. So 2 gone for Nicole Rogers. But to finish that thought, if you strike out in a ball game on Richard's team, he will make you run to the foul pole and back, or fair pole, if you will. 2 gone here. Runners at first and second. Now they're off with a pitch, and those runners now at second and third. Keely Hussey into third base, and Maddie Lively, well, she stayed put over here at first. How about that? I just assumed she was on the way. Now let's see if she goes. See what Rogers can do here. Nicole, her first time around, grounded to Jackson at short. She's 0 for 1. Pitch on the way, fly ball, base hit, right center field. Scoring easily from third will be Hussey, taking third on the play, Maddie Lively. And now Rogers going to take second as the ball gets away from the infield. And a heads-up base running there by Nicole Rogers. So Rogers, the RBI single, taking second on the error. Lively at third, and Keely Hussey scores the third run of the ball game for the Lady Tigers. Back to the top we'll go, and Kyra Hussey will step in. She's 0 for 1, got hit by the first pitch of the ball game, came around to score the first run of the contest, and then struck out to begin the third. Hits this one high in the air, straight up in the air, and the catcher, Abby Simmons, calls for it and makes the catch for out number 3. But the Mangum Lady Tigers come up with one more run. One run on a couple of hits. There was a hit batter and 2 runners left on board. We've played 3.5. Mangum now leads at 3-0. Classic Hits 97.7.
Farmers and ranchers need feed or supplies? 4E Feed and Supply in Mangum is farm-owned, so they understand your needs for the farm and ranch. They feature bulk feeds for pickup or they'll deliver. Great brands coupled with fast, friendly service. They have gates and panels, vet supplies, and show feeds too. 4E Feed and Supply supports Greer County school sports and ag activities. 425 East Lincoln in Mangum.
Buy your Mangum Tiger Spirit clothing from locally owned CJ's Tiger Specialty Shop, where you'll find the best selection, quality, and the lowest prices. Greer County items, too. They'll design something especially for your group. CJ's is your one-stop Mangum School Spirit Shop, 1 block south of the high school, Mangum, Oklahoma.
When it comes to getting your prescriptions filled quickly, just have your doctor send them to Bratton Drug in Mangum or Granite Drug in Granite, where competent and friendly pharmacists will quickly fill them correctly. Bratton Drug and Granite Drug are hometown, locally owned pharmacies, and they know you have a choice when it comes to a pharmacy. So they appreciate your business, and they're proud to serve you. That's Bratton Drug in Mangum and Granite Drug in Granite.
Doubleheader of NFL football tonight, Monday Night Football, and the Jets Jets of New York with Sam Darnold underneath center. Lead the Detroit Lions 10-7. 11:02 left in quarter number 2, and it's New York 10 and Detroit 7. That's game 1 of a doubleheader tonight. L.A. playing later on. Little fly ball into right field that stays fair. Now going to be trouble as the leadoff hitter, Abby Simmons, is on her way to third with a stand-up triple. So Simmons begins the fourth inning of play for Hobart in noisy fashion as she hit that one down the right field line. Kayla Reese giving chase all the way, but just couldn't get there. That ball well hit, well placed, and sun didn't help Kayla out at all. We talked about Simmons making some noise in that first ball game back on the 20th of August when these two teams squared off. Good stop there by Rogers as that pitch out in front. Kinley Smith ahead in the count, 1-0. Smith, a ground out to Sarah Rogers, her first time around. She's 0 for 1. Simmons struck out her first time, but boy, Abby got a piece of that one. Stand-up triple. Smith takes strike 2, or strike 1, I should say. 1-1 now on Kinley Smith. We've got Sarah and Nicole Rogers here. I would be surprised if they were related to Aaron Rodgers, but what about that guy last night? 1-1 pitch. And did she go through it? Let's see. No, did not pull the bat back. And it's 2-1 on Kinley Smith. Just happened to flip on the ball game when Rodgers got sacked and got his leg landed on. They take him off in a cart. Everybody's eulogizing him. Season may be over, yada, yada, yada. 2-1 pitch here. Smith foul. Back to the screen, 2-2. So I have no idea even what I was watching, not even paying attention, but then checked back late in the fourth quarter, and here comes Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers, and the guy's out there playing on one stinking leg, throwing the football 60 yards in the air. Smith takes outside. That'll level the count now at 2-2, or does it run at full? Yeah, 2-2 now on Kinley Smith. Runner at third base. It's Abby Simmons. Nobody out here in the fourth. Smith, foul and out of play over the third base dugout. It'll stay 2-2. Rodgers, I know he is top 3 quarterback of the NFL, no doubt about it, but when you look at him, he is not the quintessential quarterback. His body, I mean, he's kind of a slight guy. Ball 4 now going to be delivered to Kinley Smith. So Smith will walk and put runners at the corners now for Hobart. Nobody out here in inning number 4. Mangum on top 3-0, but boy, the heart of the order now for Hobart. Jenny Hoyle, Kamora Jackson, and Catherine Rudkin's due up here with nobody out. Runners at first and third. Good speed as well. There's a ground ball towards third. Geralds looks the runner back, throws up the line. White makes the play, but she's off the bag. Throw back to home, and everybody going to be safe. And Hobart is on the board. So Hoyle aboard on the fielder's choice. I'll give her credit for an RBI. Kinley Smith will go to second. And over here at first base will be Hoyle. And again, Gerald's a nice play. Looked the runner back, but her throw was high and up the line. A good job by Haven Gilbert to go get it. She had to come off the bag to do so. Then she throws home, but not in time. Abby Simmons runs extremely well. She's safe for the first run of the ball game. So runners at first and second, nobody out. Hobart refusing to go quietly into the ninth. So runners at first and second now. Kinley Smith at second. Going to get a courtesy runner now at first as Megley Talley will come in and run for the Lady Cats, Jenny Hoyle. Kamora Jackson at the plate. Jackson 0 for 1. Grounded back to the pitcher her first time around. Mangum needed out here. They lead 3-1. Again, a victory all but assures them of the district championship. Jackson takes outside for a ball, 1-0. Hobart wins this ball game. It forces Mangum into winning that doubleheader tomorrow night against Sayre. And now hit by the pitch, and is the second batter hit tonight by Sydney Webb, and it'll load the bases. The courtesy runner, Talley, is at third. Check that, Talley at second. Smith is at third. Smith at third. Talley at second. And now Kamora Jackson over at first base as she gets plunked by the pitch. And here's Catherine Rudkins. Rudkins part of that controversy. And she was sent home in rather pedestrian fashion by her coach Joe Knapp because Knapp thought the ball had gotten into the Mangum dugout. Umpires disagreed, and Rudkins was tagged out easily at home plate. Now she got a chance to get a base hit on the grass and tie the ball game for her club. 1-0 on Rudkins, who singled her first time around, got the first base hit of the ball game for Hobart. Late on that one is Catherine, and the count 1-1. And again, Hobart and Mangum both are going to make it to the regional tournament, no doubt about it. Pitch outside for a ball, 2-1. The only thing in doubt right now is who will host. As the winner of the district gets a chance to host the district. As we said, Mangum 9-0. There's a foul ball back to the screen. The count now 2-1. Check that 2-2 on Rudkins, I believe. But again, you get to host. Playing at home, yeah. I mean, even though there's 27, 28 miles between Mangum and Hobart, you want to be at home for the postseason. Count now on Rudkins 1-2. Bill Ferguson tells us bases loaded for Hobart. And a good shot by Rudkins to foul off a tough pitch there. It'll stay 1-2. Only blemish on the district record for Hobart. That loss back on August 20th at the hands of this Mangum club. Mangum and Hobart in a good one. Longtime rivals. Hey, good pitching there by Sydney Webb as she'll throw it right on by Rudkins and get the first out of the inning. Big strikeout there for Sydney Webb. That'll be Caitlin Collier now will come to the plate. Collier 0 for 1. Grounded out to first baseman Haven Gilbert her first time around. There was a stretch where Gilbert had 3 putouts in 4 at-bats. No, I do not, kiddo, but thank you so much. I need you not to fall down those stairs. The young Mills girl with a bad wheel coming up here checking on me and then telling me it's a long way down the stairs. It is, you're right. Good job of framing the pitch by Rogers. Can't get the call. And on Collier, it's 1-0. Reset the stage for you now. Kelly Smith at third. Courtesy runner Megley Talley over at second. Kamora Jackson at first. One gone here, and Hobart has scored. It's 3-1. Collier late on that one. Cal now level at 1-1. Sydney Webb got a strikeout of Catherine Rudkins a moment ago. Looking through the book, that's her first strikeout since she struck out Simmons to begin the ballgame. Line drive, base hit, right field. 1 run will score. Let's see if they send Talley. Here she comes. Now they send her back, and it's a 3-2 ball game. When Collier goes the other way, gets the RBI single. Bases stay loaded. And it's a 3-2 ball game. Kenley Smith scoring the second run of the contest. Courtesy runner Talley goes to third. Jackson at first. And still only one down. So here's Lexi Tompkins, one of those seniors. One of the 4 seniors on the club for Joe Knapp. She's 0 for 1. She grounded to third her first time around. Tompkins, inside-out swing, rolled to Rogers. She'll flip to first for the second out of the inning, but we're tied at 3, scoring from third base. The courtesy runner, Megley Talley. So a fielder's choice for Tompkins, but an RBI. And she'll tie things now at 3-all. Inning not over yet. Here's Molly Myers. Myers, chance to help her own cause. Swing and a miss here. 0-1 on Molly. Molly retired on a scintillating play that saw Myers try to bunt her way aboard. Gerald's fielded, and covering first base was second baseman Sarah Rogers. Pitch in the dirt, smothered nicely by Nicole Rogers, and the count now level at 1-1. Jackson over at third, and Collier at second. Count 1-1, and now 2-1 on Molly Myers. Sidney Webb and company, you got to get out of the inning here. Bottom third of the order, you don't want to give up the go-ahead runs to that portion of the lineup. This one's fouled back to the screen. Good cut by Myers, and the count will level off at 2-2. Mangum, 2 quick runs to begin the ball game. Picked up one in the top of the 4th. Hobart has responded with 3 of their own in the frame, and we're not done yet. 2-2 pitch on the way to Molly Myers. Myers, little looping line drive. Pence will pick it up, fire to first, up the line. 1 run will score. Now scoring from third base will be Caitlin Collier, and taking second base on the throw is Molly Myers, and Hobart is on top. So give Myers an RBI single, and then advancing on the throwing error by Pence. And scoring runs 4 and 5 were Kamora Jackson and Caitlin Collier. So you still have a runner in scoring position for Hobart. Going to get a courtesy runner now for Collier as Addie Heglin will come in. Jamie Harris grounded out to Haven Gilbert to end inning number 3. Oh, by the way, Hobart taking a page from the Mangum playbook. They've batted around in the inning. Pitch inside for ball, the count 1-0. There's been a walk, a hit batter, a triple, and 3 singles. Swing and a miss here, 1-1. As we mentioned, Sidney began the ball game with a strikeout of Abby Simmons and did not record another strikeout until she got Catherine Rudkins in this inning. Downstairs for a ball, 2-1. As we mentioned, Hobart has batted around in the inning. They have turned the lineup over. At the top of the order, and Abby Simmons, who got it all started with that stand-up triple to begin the frame, waits in the on-deck circle. Pitch upstairs for a ball, 3-1. Webb now got to find the zone. Her club down by a pair, 5-3. We play in the bottom half of inning number 4. Pitch on the way. Fouled back to the screen, and it's 3-2. Certainly not a do-or-die situation for Mangum when you talk about the district title. But you would just as soon end it right here and be able to coast in those 2 ball games tomorrow against Sayre. Count full on Jamie Harris. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. Runners at first and second for Abby Simmons in the top of the order. Remember, this is a club that Mangum beat 11-2 back on August the 20th. And now Hobart leads it 5-3 in the 4th. Runners at first and second, the top of the order with Abby Simmons. Simmons hitting the backside, bases loaded. Richard Carney going to bolt out of the dugout and have a conversation with his club. Wow. And the wheels on the bus go round and round, but they have fallen off right now.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night, or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there.
Well, we love body language and love paying attention to it. Also, the song by Queen, not bad, but you watch that conversation that took place in the circle, and Sydney Webb kept as much distance between her and Richard Carney as she possibly could. All right, here we go. Kinley Smith now takes outside for a ball, and the count on Kinley is 1-0. Smith walked earlier in the inning and came around to score. She's also grounded to second, 0 for 1. Late on that one, count now level at 1-1. Well, you go back to that controversial play that ended the third inning. This could be a much bigger lead for Hobart right now. 1-1 pitch. Smith takes downstairs for a ball. The count now 2-1. No place to put Kinley Smith. Mangum fans a little bit shell-shocked right now, to be honest with you. Smith takes outside for a ball. The count now 3-1. And again, Rogers framing the pitch, but not able to get the call. So with the bases loaded, 3-1 count, no place to put Kinley Smith. Now she'll step out, ask for time, and get it. Jenny Hoyle waits in the on-deck circle. Pitch downstairs for a ball, and here comes another run. Give an RBI to Kinley Smith. She's at first. Abby Simmons at second. Jamie Harris over at third base. Two gone down for Hoyle. Hoyle at RBI single her last time around. She is 1 for 2. Scored a run and driven in a run. Well, I tell you what, Hobart a chance to open this thing up big time. First pitch taken for a strike, and the count 0-1 on Hoyle. Now we are sitting at a terrible angle to check balls and strikes as we're on the first base side up high, and it would appear that 0-1 pitch, line drive, fair ball into right field, and throwing in behind the runner, not in time. Ball gets away from Rogers. And taking second base on the play was Jenny Hoyle. Heads-up play by Kayla Reese. She tried to force Hoyle at first base on the hard-hit ball. Couldn't get it done. Scoring on the play, Abby Simmons. Kinley Smith winds up at third base. And Hoyle at second. Give her an RBI. Kamora Jackson now will step in. Jimmy Harris scored on that play as well. It's an 8-3 ball game. How about Hobart with 8 in the frame, and we're not done yet. Ball gets away from Rogers. It was underneath her, and she finally located it. And the count now 2-0 on Kamora Jackson. Jackson has grounded out, been hit by a pitch, and scored. Richard Carney going to go out and have a conversation with Bill Ferguson. And let's see if we checking on, I believe, the batting order here. He's asked Ferguson to go to his lineup card, and I don't think it's because Richard is going to make any kind of change, either pitching or otherwise. So they're checking the lineup card here. Rudders at second and third. 2 gone in the fourth. Hobart has scored 8 in the frame and leads it 8-3. So our second bit of controversy in this ball game earlier, a ball getting away from Nicole Rogers. went into the dugout area, and Hobart thought it got into the dugout area. Mangum did not, and they won that one. Well, now they're making the change, and what has happened here is that Sydney Webb is done for the ball game. Victoria Geralds will come over and play pitch from her third base position. And I believe they sent Maddie Lively to the outfield. Is that Augustine over there at third base? Let's see. So all kinds of changes being made here. Mangum trailing 8-3 in the bottom half of inning number 4. And a new pitcher for the Lady Tigers.
Buy your Mangum Tiger Spirit clothing from locally owned CJ's Tiger Specialty Shop, where you'll find the best selection, quality, and the lowest prices. Greer County items, too. They'll design something especially for your group. CJ's is your one-stop Mangum School Spirit Shop, 1 block south of the high school, Mangum, Oklahoma.
When it comes to funeral homes, there are several to choose from. But choosing a funeral home that is locally owned offers the advantage of the local owners who are involved right here in the community, helping you during your time of need. Greer Funeral Home owners Carson and Stacy Van Zant are perfect examples of owners who offer that family-like connection that you'd expect from a friend and a neighbor. Greer Funeral Home in Mangum and Granite, providing dignity and respect.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night, or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there.
Well, Victoria Gerald's first pitch to Kamora Jackson swung on and missed. And the count on Kamora now 2-1. Runners hit second and third. 2 gone here in inning number 4. Off-speed pitch sails high. And the count now 3-1 on Jackson. Hobart with 8 runs so far in the inning. There's a fly ball right field. Calling for it is Reese, and Kayla will make the catch. And the inning will finally come to an end. But not before Hobart comes up with 8 runs. 8 runs in the inning on 6 hits. There were a couple of walks, a couple of hit batters, a throwing error, and 2 runners left on base. At the end of 4, Hobart on top, 8-3. Classic Hits 97.7.
Taking care of your family is easy and convenient at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum. Located at 114 South Lewis Tittle in Mangum, Dr. Lonnie Perryman and nurse practitioner Patty Burks provide a comprehensive, full-service family practice, including care for children and adults, including geriatrics. Call 782-3393 for appointments at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s. They're the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring.
For top-notch heating and air conditioning service and installation, you can rely on Payne's Heating and Air, serving Southwest Oklahoma and North Texas from their headquarters in Mangum, Oklahoma. With years of experience and hundreds of satisfied customers, call Payne's Heating and Air Conditioning at 799-5130, 799-5130.
All right, here we go. Top half of inning number 5, and now Mangum in a position they are not accustomed to, certainly inside district play. Trailing here 8-3. It'll be batters 2, 3, and 4 for the Lady Tigers. That's Dusty Pence, Haven Gilbert, and Sarah Rogers. And the first pitch from Molly Myers taken inside by Pence, 1-0. Dusty has walked both times. She's got a run scored and a stolen base. 1-0 pitch, taken upstairs for a ball. Count now 2-0. So Molly Myers gave up 2 quick runs, gave up 2 in the first, and did not give up a hit in the process. Ball 3. Pence a pitch away from walking for the 3rd straight time. And in fact, through 4 innings of work, Mangum only has 4 hits. 3-0 pitch on the way here. Ball 4. Pence has walked for the 3rd straight time. Haven Gilbert now will step in. Gilbert 0 for 2. She is grounded back to the pitcher and popped out to the shortstop. Gilbert looks at a pitch for a ball. Oh, did he call that a strike? He did. He, being Bill Ferguson, 0-1. Dusty Pence over at first base. You're down 5. I don't see any reason to steal here. 0-1 pitch. Gilbert off the fist. Rolls slowly to second. Kenley Smith will flip to first for out number 1. And advancing to second will be Dusty Pence. So 1 gone. Haven Gilbert rolls out 4-3. Here comes Sarah Rogers. Rogers hit into a fielder's choice to the first, but came up with an RBI flying to center field to end inning number 3. And again, Molly Myers has been tough on this Mangum squad. There's a line drive, base hit, right field. Lexi Tompkins will come up throwing. They're going to send Pence, and she will score, and it's an 8-4 ball game. So Sarah Rogers has gone the other way all evening long. Picks up her second RBI of the ball game, and has cut the lead in half for Hobart. So now Michaela Augustine, who's been inserted in the lineup, play third base, will bat in the place of Sydney Webb. First pitch on the way to Augustine. Cold strike, and it's 0-1 on Michaela. Over at first base, Sarah Rogers. 1 gone here in inning number 5. 0-1 pitch on the way. Inside for a ball. The count now level at 1-1. Well, even though Mangum at one point led 3-0, you just kind of felt like Hobart was on the cusp, and indeed they were in inning number 4. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Late was Augustine, and the count now 1-2. Lady Bearcats 8 runs in the inning. Took advantage of a couple of hit batters, a couple of walks. There goes the runner, and sliding in safely with a stolen base will be Sarah Rogers, as it was ball 2 taken by Michaela Augustine. So Augustine can put some on the grass. Rogers ought to be able to score from second base. Count 1-2 though on Michaela. Looks at strike 3. She's gone. So Augustine strikes out. That's the second out of the inning. And Victoria Geralds now will step in. Geralds 0 for 2. She grounded to third and struck out in the 4th. Victoria, now on the mound for Mangum, would like to help her own cause. Takes outside for a ball. Count 1-0 on Geralds. 2 in the first to begin the ball game for Mangum without benefit of a hit. 1 in the 4th, 1 so far here in the 5th. 1-0 pitch. Geralds, little looper over Smith. No! Kinley will go out into shallow right field to make the play for out number 3. Good play by Kinley Smith to end the frame. Mangum comes up with a single run, 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors and a runner left on board. After 4.5, Hobart leads it 8-4 over the Mangum Lady Tigers. Classic Hits 97.7.
Mangum Oil and Gas at 1306 North Lewis Tittle offers so many services. From fuel at the C-store to the self-serve car wash, getting propane bottles filled or propane delivered to the home and farm, even U-Haul services. It's no wonder so many folks head to Mangum Oil and Gas, where they say, "Go Tigers."
What does it mean to be a Mangum Tiger, you ask? Well, we are one town, one school, and one family. We may be a small town, but we have big dreams and a bright future ahead of us. This is Lori Laughlin from Stockman's Bank, member FDIC, and we are so proud to support the Mangum Tigers.
Mangum and Sayer coming up tomorrow afternoon and evening here on Classic Hits 97.7. Doubleheader to end the second half, or the district half of the portion of the schedule for Mangum. They do have some non-conference games yet to come. Elk City and Cache amongst those. They beat Cache on Thursday in the opening round of the Southwest Shootout over at Sterling, but then Mother Nature took over and washed that tournament out. All right, here we go. Bottom half of inning number 5. It'll be Catherine Rudkins, Caitlin Collier, and Lexi Tompkins due up for this group from Hobart. They now lead 8-4. Rudkins trying to bunt her way aboard, takes a pitch upstairs for a ball. 1-0 on Catherine. She's 1 for 2, has singled and struck out. Victoria Geralds. Little bunt over Gerald's head into no man's land, and that'll be a base hit. So Rudkins, the swinging bunt, aboard with a single and lead off inning number 5. It's just unfortunate the ball just helicoptered right over the head of Victoria Gerald's. So Rudkins aboard here in inning number 5. Caitlin Collier now will step in. Collier, ground ball towards second. Backhanded by Rogers. She'll bobble, get it to Pence. And they called Rudkins out at second base. Bang, bang play there. Catherine Rudkins retired 4-6 on the fielder's choice. So a runner aboard here, and then it's Caitlin Collier. And the first pitch to Lexi Tompkins, taken outside and high for a ball, 1-0. Tompkins is 0 for 2. She has grounded out to the first baseman and is also grounded out to the second baseman, and now a pass ball will allow Collier to take second base. Count 2-0 on Lexi Tompkins. Ball 3, well out of the zone. 3-0 now on Tompkins. Mangum can ill afford to let any more distance get between them and Hobart, and in fact, Richard's going to go out and have a conversation. And we're going to get another pitching change. How about that? So a pitching change here in the 5th. Mangum trailing 8-4. We come back on Classic Hits 97.7.
Folks in Mangum know what to do when they need to quench a thirst, curb a hunger attack, or cool down with an ice cream. They just make The Loop at 918 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. The Loop, supporting the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
For over 4 generations, the Willis family and staff have worked to develop their skills, and with improved technologies, they can assure you of a monument that will stand the test of time. Their award-winning designers, expert stonecutters, layout artists, sandblast sculptors, and installation crew are here to serve you. Visit them online at willisgranite.com. Willis Granite Products, with locations in Granite, Oklahoma City, and Stillwater.
Travis Septic Tank Service can handle everything related to septic tank maintenance and cleaning, including commercial applications. Call Travis Septic Tank Services at 580-782-2384. That's 782-2384. Travis says, go Mangum Tigers.
Well, the merry-go-round, that is the Mangum Lady Tigers defensively, now will find the third pitcher of the ball game on the mound. That will be what once was the first baseman, Haven Gilbert. Gilbert's first pitch, ball 4. Tompkins had a 3-0 count when the pitching change was made, so we got runners at first and second. One gone now for Molly Myers. So Haven Gilbert now the third pitcher of the night. Here at first base, J.C. Nippert. Victoria Gerald's will go back to third, and Michaela Augustine now in left field for Richard. Well, to it, Mangum just having a hard time finding home plate tonight, no matter who's pitching. Myers looks to the ball, 1-0. Runners at first and second. One gone here in the 5th. Hobart on top, 8-4. There's a cold strike. And the count level at 1-1. Hobart exploding for 8 runs in inning number 4. 8 runs on 5 hits. There were walks and hit batters in the inning, pass balls, and all kinds of good stuff. There's a bunt attempt. That hit her in fair territory, and she should be out. Yep, that's the right call. Yeah. Myers with the bunt. And she was in fair territory when the ball came up and hit her. So she'll be retired, and the runners will have to stay at first and second. That'll be out number 2. And Tompkins is well out in front of home plate, or Myers, rather, was well out in front of home plate when that ball got her. So 2 gone now for Jamie Harris, and Harris looks at a strike 0-1 on Jamie. Harris has grounded to first and walked and scored a run. Had a notion there, pretty good looking pitch, but it's a ball, 1-1. So Sydney Webb started, Victoria Gerald's came on, and now it's Haven Gilbert. Little pop-up into left field. Augustine in foul territory will make the catch, falling into the fence for out number 3. So a scary 5th inning indeed comes to a close as Hobart comes up empty. No runs, so there was a hit. A couple of runners left on board and no errors in the frame. We have played 5 8-4 Hobart over Mangum. Classic Hits 97.7.
Wondering how Western Oklahoma State College can fit into your future? With 25 degree options and more than 20 student organizations, it's easy to join the Pioneer family. Western offers classes online and on campus, making it simple to fit an education into your schedule. Western's tuition is less than half of a four-year university's and offers many scholarship opportunities. To find out more about how your future is brighter at Western, visit wosc.edu.
Triad Home Health in Mangum is locally owned and offers nursing, physical therapy, occupational, wound care, IV therapy, and more. All administered by people who go above and beyond for you. Phone Triad Home Health today at 580-782-5800. That's 782-5800.
Back at Bronze Softball Complex here in Hobart as we get set for the top half of inning number 6. And they've turned on the lights here in Hobart. Due up for Mangum, their half of the 6th inning. It'll be Maddie Lively, J.C. Nippert, and Nicole Rogers. Lively on the night. 0 for 1. She struck out and got hit by a pitch. See if Mangum can solve the mystery that is Molly Myers. First pitch swinging. Lively hit that one back to the screen. 0-1 now on Maddie. Good cut there by Lively. Boy, it has cooled off considerably. As the 0-1 pitch on the way to Lively. Off the end of the bat into no man's land. Smith will come get it. Flip to first in time. Heads up play by Kenley Smith for out number 1. The ball squibbing by pitcher Molly Myers. Kenley Smith came a long way to get it. Gobble it up. Throw to first in time for the first out of the inning. Here's J.C. Nippert. Nippert has singled and popped to the catcher. Tried to bunt her last time, and the ball straight up. Easy play for Abby Simmons. Cold strike 1 now on Nippert. Got people wearing sweaters and hoodies and jackets. Unusual to see. This one's popped up right at home plate in foul territory. Simmons can't hold on to the ball. So a reprieve there for J.C. Nippert. Joe Knapp telling his young catcher, hey, listen, I like the effort, but let's go ahead and get rid of the catcher's mask so you can see better. Simmons kept the lid on, trying to find that softball, and it may have affected her ability to go get it. 0-2 pitch on the way here. Nippert fouls this one out of play. It'll stay 0-2. A lot of times you'll let the third baseman, or even in this case the pitcher, take that one, but Simmons was right there. And it wasn't an issue of trying to find the softball. It's just more of an issue of, you know what? I don't think she saw it real well through the catcher's mask. She's got one of those hockey masks that wraps around you, and your vision is somewhat limited. So Nippert with the 0-2 pitch on the way here from Myers takes upstairs for a ball in the count now. 1-2 on JC. Nicole Rogers waits in the on-deck circle. Ball 2 upstairs to Nippert. 2-2 on JC. Mangum trying to fight their way back into this one after giving 8 runs up to Hobart in inning number 4. Time asked for by Nippert, and she'll get it here. All right, here comes Myers now. 2-2 pitch, off speed, rolled into left field, base hit. Love the hitting there by J.C. Nippert. Well, Nippert got an off-speed pitch, sold out with the lower body, but kept the hands back and just rolled it underneath the glove of Jamie Harris at third and into left field for a base hit. So here comes Nicole Rogers. Rogers 1 for 2. She is grounded out and has an RBI single. Nippert over at first. Rogers takes upstairs for a ball and a count 1-0. Mangum getting one back in the 5th to cut the lead in half at 8-4. Pitch inside for a ball, and the count now 2-0 on the 9th place hitter. Kyra Hussey waiting in the on-deck circle for Mangum. A Upstairs for a ball, 3-0. 3-0 pitch on the way. Ball, called strike. Rogers tried to get one there as she leaned away from it, but Bill Ferguson said, not so fast, my friend, and it's 3-1. 3-1 pitch. Back this way, and foul. It'll be 3-2 now. Good hustle that time, though, by Nicole Rogers. If that thing spins fair, she's going to beat everybody down to first base for an infield single. So 3-2 on the catcher from Mangum. J.C. Nipper at first. Nippert, let's see if she's off with the pitch. 3-2 pitch on the way. Ticked foul, and we'll do it again. Mangum trying to stay undefeated in the district and wrap up the district championship here tonight, but they've got to come from behind, trailing 8-4. Ball 4 delivered to Rogers. Runners at first and second, and just one gone. So Nippert at second, Rogers at first. And Kyra Hussey at the top of the order here. Hussey hit by a pitch to begin the ball game. Came around to score the first run of the contest. 0 for 2 since. Struck out in the third and popped out to the catcher to end inning number 4. Mangum not trying to get it all back in one chunk, trying to fight their way back in. And Hobart and Molly Myers trying to shut down the Lady Tigers. Went deep in left field, Catherine Rudkins. First pitch on the way to Hussey. That's a called strike, and it's 0-1 on Kyra. She was taking all the way. Carissa Smith pretty deep in center as well. There is some room in left center field for Hussey. 0-1 pitch. Inside for a ball. Count 1-1 now on the center fielder from Mangum. Good speed on the base pass and at home plate as well. 1-1 pitch on the way now to Hussey. Kyra ticked foul, and it's 1-2. Those of you watching on OKSports.tv or on one of our Facebook Live pages, you may say, well, earlier the ball hit a Hobart batter, and they called her out. She was outside of the batter's box when the ball hit her. Hussey inside the box. That's the difference. Pitch outside. Boy, that looked pretty good there. Hobart fans looking for the call, didn't get it, and the count leveled at 2-2. 2-2 offering on the way to Hussey. Kyra, little looping fly ball into shallow right field. That's a base hit. Let's see what Richard does. He'll hold everybody. Thompson got a cannon for an arm in right field. But the base is now loaded for Mangum, one gone. Single for Hussey. The runners, Nippert and Rogers, had to hold to make sure the ball wasn't going to be caught. So here's Dusty Pence. Pence has walked 3 times in the ball game, and two of the 3 times she came in to score a run. Joe Knapp going to have a conversation with all of his kids inside the circle. You and I will step aside after this. We'll come back. Classic Kids 97.7.
333 Dental Care in Mangum is the dental practice of Dr. Dustin Lively. His experience, skill, and compassion go hand in hand when providing exceptional, up-to-date patient care. Dr. Lively and his team of professionals are proud to help you with the best dental care possible, along with preventive care that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. Call 580-782-2552 or visit the team at 333 Dental Care. They support the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
The Castle Insurance Agency of Mangum is celebrating 80 years in business and 4 decades of Mangum Tiger and Lady Tiger graduates. The Castle Insurance Agency has had and will continue to have a long-term commitment to support Mangum students on the field and off the field. For auto, home, farm, bonds, crop, oil field, or commercial insurance, please call or stop by the Castle Insurance Agency, 122 South Pennsylvania in Mangum. Call 782-3049. That's 782-3049. The Castle Insurance Agency of Mangum.
All right, here we go. This is fun stuff right here. Bases loaded, 1 gone. Top half of inning number 6. Mangum trailing 8-4. And Dusty Pence at the plate, set to go to work on Molly Myers. And the first pitch on the way, inside for a ball. And the count 1-0 on Pence. Dusty walking on 4 pitches in the first. 5 pitches in the third, 4 pitches in the fifth. 1-0 pitch here. Swing and a miss. Pence probably took a hack at ball 2. Nippert at third. Nicole Rogers over at second. Hussey here at first. 1-1 offering on the way to Pence. Dusty looks at the pitch inside for a ball. And the count now 2-1. Haven Gilbert, who is now pitching for Richard Carney's club, sits in the on-deck circle for Mangum. Pitch on the way to Pence. Little fly ball behind second base. That should be an infield fly rule. It is, and there are 2 gone. So Pence retired on the pop-out. That's out number 2. And here comes Gilbert. Gilbert 0 for 3. She is grounded out to back to the pitcher. Popped to short. Grounded to second. I'd love to help her cause right here. Mangum down by 4. 8-4. We play here in the 6th. Pitch on the way to Gilbert. Off speed. Haven did a good job of staying away from it. And it's 1-0 on Gilbert. Kyra Hussey is at first. Nicole Rogers at second. J.C. Nippert at third. And at the plate, Haven Gilbert. Gilbert had a hack there. Just missed in the count 1-1. And again, Molly Myers has done a great job here this evening for Hobart. There's 2 quick runs to begin the ball game when nobody got a base hit, and has settled down since. That's a little looping, drawing drive, shallow right field. It falls in. 1 run will score. They're going to send the runner from third. She'll score, and Mangum now trails 8-6. Couple of RBI on the play for Haven Gilbert. Perfect placement there for Haven. So Gilbert give her 2 RBI on the play, as scoring from third was Nippert. Trucking in from second base, Nicole Rogers. Hussey is at third. And now, because she is the pitcher, Haven Gilbert. Well, they were going to give her a courtesy runner. Let's see if that holds. So it'll be Keely Hussey, I believe. Yeah. So Keely comes out. She will run now. 4. Sarah Rogers now will step in. Runners at first and third here in the 6th. 8-6 ball game. Rogers on the contest. RBI fielder's choice, fly out, and an RBI single. 1 for 3 with a pair of RBI. Takes upstairs and off with a pitch is Hussey. Coming in from third base and scoring is Kyra Hussey. Keely Hussey, safe at third base. Goes all the way from first to third. How about the hustling there of Keely Hussey? Great job by the courtesy runner as the ball got away from the catcher. And they try to make a play on Kyra Hussey at home plate. She slid in safely. Now Keely over at third. 8-7 ball game. Rogers can tie it right here. Pitch on the way to Sarah, downstairs for a ball. That's 2-0 now on Rogers. Wouldn't be surprised if, Joe Knapp, I thought he may walk Rogers here. 2-0 pitch. Cold strike, and it's 2-1 now on Sarah. So Mangum fighting back within 1, 8-7. We play here in the 6th. Pitch on the way. Called strike 2, and it's 2-2 on Sarah Rogers. Tying run for Mangum over at third base. Can Sarah Rogers, the 4th place hitter, get her home? Upstairs for a ball. And they say now it's 2-2 on Rogers. I had her 2-2 already. So here we go. 2-2 pitch on the way from Molly Myers to Sarah Rogers. Now Sarah going to step out and regroup and make Myers do the same. Keely Hussey over at third. 2-2 pitch on the way. Line drive. Base hit, and we're tied at 8. How about that? Sarah Rogers now going to take second base as the ball gets away from Carissa Smith. And standing up, Sarah Rogers. at second base. How clutch is that? So Mangum has battled all the way back. RBI single for Rogers. That's her third RBI of the ball game. She took second on the error by the center fielder. And now Sydney Webb will re-enter the ball game and hit. Webb a double and a run scored. There's a pitch that gets away from the catcher, Abby Simmons, and cruising into third base will be Sarah Rogers. So Hobart had built a huge lead. They scored 4 times in the fourth and led 8-3. Mangum with 1 in the fifth. 4 more here so far in inning number 6. And we are tied at 8. Hefty cut there by Sydney Webb. Came up empty. And that'll level the count at 1-1. Sarah Rogers over at third. 1-1 pitch to Webb. Popped up on the infield. Calling for it is the catcher. And, hanging on is Abby Simmons for out number 3. But Mangum battles all the way back. Lady Tigers coming up with 4 runs in the inning. 4 runs on 4 hits. There was an error. A run left on board. We have played 5.5. Tied at 8. Mangum Hobart. Classic Hits 97.7.
Farmers and ranchers need feed or supplies? 4E Feed and Supply in Mangum is farm-owned, so they understand your needs for the farm and ranch. They feature bulk feeds for pickup or they'll deliver. Great brands coupled with fast, friendly service. They have gates and panels, vet supplies, and show feeds too. 4E Feed and Supply supports Greer County school sports and ag activities. 425 East Lincoln in Mangum.
Buy your Mangum Tiger Spirit clothing from locally owned CJ's Tiger Specialty Shop, where you'll find the best selection, quality, and the lowest prices. Greer County items, too. They'll design something especially for your group. CJ's is your one-stop Mangum School Spirit Shop, 1 block south of the high school, Mangum, Oklahoma.
When it comes to getting your prescriptions filled quickly, just have your doctor send them to Bratton Drug in Mangum or Granite Drug in Granite, where competent and friendly pharmacists will quickly fill them correctly. Bratton Drug and Granite Drug are hometown, locally owned pharmacies, and they know you have a choice when it comes to a pharmacy. So they appreciate your business, and they're proud to serve you. That's Bratton Drug in Mangum and Granite Drug in Granite.
1-0 count on Abby Simmons, who leads it off here in the 6th for Hobart. Takes a strike, and it's 1-1. Simmons struck out to begin the ball game. She tripled the lead off the 4th, came around to score the first run of the contest for Hobart, then got hit by a pitch later on in the inning, scored again. Now she'll pop one up here on the near side, and it is foul and out of play. And the count 1-2. By the way, Sydney Webb now back at the field of play. Webb is here at first base. Haven Gilbert, as you know, on the mound, the left-hander. J.C. Nippert has gone back out to left field. Kyra Hussey in center. Again popped up, foul and out of play. And the count will stay 1-2. So let's set Mangum for you defensively. Haven Gilbert is the pitcher. Nicole Rogers is the catcher. Sydney Webb at first. Sarah Rogers at second. Victoria Gerald's at third. And Dusty Pence at short. In the outfield from left to right, J.C. Nippert, Kyra Hussey, and Kayla Reese. 1-2 now on Simmons. Off-speed pitch, and she stayed right on it. Whacked it into center field for a base hit. So a good piece of hitting there by Simmons. And she was fooled momentarily by the off-speed pitch, but again, good hitters will keep their hands back. Simmons did just that and roped it into center field for a base hit. So 1 on for Kinley Smith. Takes outside for a ball. 1-0 on Kinley. She is grounded out and walked twice. Scored a run, and that second walk was the bases loaded and gave her an RBI. It's at 1 outside for a ball. 2-0 now. So Mangum, after one leading 2-0, then 3-0, then trailing 8-3, then 8-4, battled back and tied it at 8, but the leadoff runner aboard here in inning number 6 for Hobart. And Haven Gilbert behind in the count here on Kinley Smith. 2-0. Strike there. Smith showed bunt, pulled the bat back. It was a strike one way or the other. So 2-1 now on Kinley. 2-1 pitch on the way here. Had a notion and inside for Bull. 3-1 now on Kinley. Over at first base, Abby Simmons. We play in the 6th and tied at 8. Kinley Smith fouls this one back to the screen. And that'll run the count full. We're at 3-2. So Kinley Smith batting here in inning number 6. The runner at first, nobody out. Kinley pops this one up, and no room for Rogers to go get it. It'll stay at 3-2. Kinley Smith doing a good job battling there at home plate. Abby Simmons led off the inning with a single to center. Top of the order right here for Hobart. 3-2 pitch. Smith takes ball 4. Runners at first and second. So Simmons to second. Smith at first. And here's Jenny Hoyle, Hoyle flied to right her first time around. She is singled, drove in a run and scored. Singled, drove in another run. All in the same inning. 2 for 3 with a couple of RBI. Ball 1 to Hoyle, and quickly out of the dugout comes Richard Carney. Well, we got a good one going here on a Monday night. Tied at 8. Bottom of the 6th inning. Mangum taking on this group from Hobart. And a pitching change is coming up on Classic Hits 97.7.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night. Or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there. Buy your Mangum Tiger Spirit clothing from locally owned CJ's Tiger Specialty Shop, where you'll find the best selection, quality, and the lowest prices. Greer County items, too. They'll design something especially for your group. CJ's is your one-stop Mangum School Spirit Shop, 1 block south of the high school, Mangum, Oklahoma.
When it comes to funeral homes, there are several to choose from. But choosing a funeral home that is locally owned offers the advantage of the local owners who are involved right here in the community, helping you during your time of need. Greer Funeral Home owners Carson and Stacy Van Zant are perfect examples of owners who offer that family-like connection that you'd expect from a friend and a neighbor. Greer Funeral Home in Mangum and Granite, providing dignity and respect.
All right, this one's going down to the wire here on a Monday night as Mangum and Hobart hooked up in a good tussle. 8-8 our score, bottom half of inning number 6. City to come back and pitch now for the Lady Tigers. She began the ball game. Since then, we have seen Victoria Geralds and Haven Gilbert throw for Richard Carney's club. Those two still in there. Geralds at third, Gilbert back to first base. Runners at first and second now for Hobart. Nobody out, and here's Jenny Hoyle. Hoyle ahead in the count, 1-0. Pitch from Webb, called strike, and it's 1-1 on the first baseman from Hobart. Abby Simmons out at second. Kinley Smith here at first. Nobody out in inning number 6. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Wow, what a cut there by Jenny Hoyle, and it's 1-2. Hoyle came out of her shoes on that one. She makes contact and hitting off that Butler building about 400 feet away. 1-2 offering. Swing and a miss. What a big strikeout there for Sydney Webb. First out of the inning. That'll bring Kimora Jackson to the plate. Jackson, no bargain for these Lady Cats. She is on the evening just 0 for 2. She is grounded out, popped out, and also been hit by a pitch. Came around to score. Takes a strike here in the count 0-1 on Jackson. Runners at first and second. 1 gone in the 6th, and we are tied at 8. Ground ball back to Webb. Sydney will knock it down, throw to first in time for out number 2. The runners will advance on the play. Sydney did not field that one cleanly, but kept her composure. Found the softball, picked it up, and fired to first for the second out of the inning. 2 gone now for Catherine Rudkins. Rudkins in the ball game has fly to right. Singled twice, drove in a pair of runs, and struck out. Looks at a pitch upstairs for a ball, and the count 1-0. Potential leading run over at third base in Abby Simmons. She runs well. Nicole Rogers must keep the softball in front of her. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, and the count now 1-1. Sydney Webb looking much crisper than she did earlier in the ballgame. 1-1 offering on the way. Webb to Rudkins. Foul ball our way, just below us. Rattled around, and it's 1-2 now on Catherine. So Webb a pitch away from getting out of the inning. Tied at 8. Runners in second and third. Bottom of the 6th. And the 1-2 pitch. Fouled back to the screen. Rudkins, staying alive. Love the sounds of high school softball. Hobart kids just down and below us. 1-2 offering. Rudkins looks at the ball upstairs. Good job by Rogers to go get that one and keep it from going to the screen. And it's 2-2. Now, Sydney may have been trying to coax Rudkins into swinging into something outside the zone. Now she's going to come in with her pitch at 2-2. Rudkins rolled it foul off of her foot. And it'll stay at 2-2. Check that outfield. And Nippert relatively shallow in left, and Hussey as well over here in center. 2-2 pitch to Rudkins. Swing and a miss. The inning is over. How about Sydney Webb coming in and shutting down Hobart after they put the first 2 runners aboard on base here in inning number 6. No runs, a hit, a walk, 2 runners left on board. We've played 6. We're tied at 8. Mangum and Hobart. Classic Hits 97.7.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night, or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there.
Taking care of your family is easy and convenient at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum. Located at 114 South Lewis Tittle in Mangum, Dr. Lonnie Perryman and nurse practitioner Patty Burks provide a comprehensive, full-service family practice, including care for children and adults, including geriatrics. Call 782-3393 for appointments at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum.
And here we go. Top half of inning number 7. Mangum and Hobart all tied at 8. And again, Hobart trying to stay alive in the district race. Meantime, Mangum trying to win the district outright here tonight over these Lady Bearcats. It'll be the bottom third of the order for Mangum. Due up Victoria Geralds, Maddie Lively, and J.C. Nippert. So Geralds, who had been hot at the plate, struggled here tonight, 0 for 3. See if Victoria can get on track right now. Molly Myers goes to work on her, and there's a little fly ball into shallow right field. Kinley Smith going out and makes the catch for out number 1. I'll tell you what, Kinley Smith is impressed tonight with her defensive prowess. She has broke well more than once on little looping fly balls into shallow right field and tracked them down. So here's Maddie Lively. Lively 0 for 2, been hit by a pitch. Takes downstairs for a ball. 1-0 on Maddie. Nippert in the on-deck circle. JC and Nicole Rogers have scored 2 of the 8 runs in the ballgame for Mangum, so the bottom third of the order has gotten it done again. Lively late on that one. And the count 1-1 now on Maddie. Talked earlier about how Richard mentioned run to the pole and back. If you strike out, apparently if you pop out, you got to do the same thing, because Victoria Geralds just took a little trip down the left field line. Here's the pitch from Myers. Lively, good hack there. Fouls it back to the screen. Count now 1-2 on Maddie. Good of you to join us tonight, whatever platform it may be. Classic Hits 97.7, Facebook page, or oksports.tv. Swing and a miss here. And there are two gone. So Lively gone on strikes for the second time tonight. And that'll bring J.C. Nippert to the plate. Nippert, a couple of singles in the ball game, 2 for 3 with a run scored. Takes a pitch for a ball. And the count 1-0 on J.C. Myers, 1-0 offering on the way. Nippert had a notion, laid off it, and it was a called strike. The count level at 1-1. They've gone to the third quarter now. New York and Detroit tied at 17. The Jets, Jets, and the Lions. Ground ball, base hit, left field, J.C. Nippert. Well, Nippert, again, for the second time here tonight, has slapped that one into left field underneath the glove of third baseman Jamie Harris. So that'll keep the inning alive for Nicole Rogers. Rogers on the night has grounded out, singled and drove in a run, walked and scored. First pitch on the way to Rogers, upstairs for a ball, count 1-0. Mangum and Hobart tied at 8. A win by the Lady Tigers. They win the district championship. A victory by Hobart, and they stay alive in the district race. Inside for a ball, 2-0. Again at stake, you win the district championship, you host the regional. So the count 2-0 on Nicole Rogers. Nippert at first, she runs well. 2-0 pitch. Boy, Nicole didn't mean to do it. Tick foul. And the count now 2-1. Good piece of pitching there by Myers. Took something off of it. Nicole out in front, tried to check the swing, and it went off the bat of Rogers. Play the top of the 7th inning. 2-1 offering on the way. Ball 3. 3-1 now on Nicole. 3-1 count. You can be selective here if you're Rogers. Let's see if she is. Molly Myers, 3-1 offering on the way. Ground ball back to Kimura at short. She'll step on the bag, and the inning will come to an end. So Mangum comes up with no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and nobody left on board. Stick and stay. Come on back to the edge of your chair. We're tied at 8. The bottom of the 7th is coming up on Classic Hits 97.7.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s. They're the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring.
For top-notch heating and air conditioning service and installation, you can rely on Payne's Heating and Air, serving Southwest Oklahoma and North Texas from their headquarters in Mangum, Oklahoma. With years of experience and hundreds of satisfied customers, call Payne's Heating and Air Conditioning at 799-5130, 799-5130.
Mangum Oil and Gas at 1306 North Lewis Tittle offers so many services. From fuel at the C-store to the self-serve car wash, getting propane bottles filled or propane delivered to the home and farm, even U-Haul services. It's no wonder so many folks head to Mangum Oil and Gas, where they say, "Go Tigers."
All right, here we go. Bottom half of inning number 7. Mangum and Hobart tied at 7. And due up for the Lady Bearcats, Caitlin Collier, Lexi Tompkins, and Molly Myers. Collier on the night has grounded out. She has singled, driven in a run, and scored a run, and has walked 1 for 2 on the evening. Caitlin Collier. Sydney Webb back on the mound now for Richard Carney's club. First pitch on the way to Collier. Outside for a ball, the count 1-0. We waited to get the call from Bill Ferguson. Little Benny Martonis into the night, huh? Pitch upstairs for a ball, 2-0 now on Collier. Started the ball game right around 6:20, about 6:22, 6:23. We're nearly 2 hours old. Downstairs for a ball, the count has gone to 3-0 on Caitlin Collier. Number 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup for Hobart. Collier trying to get on by hook or crook. 3-0 pitch on the way. Ball 4. So the winning run aboard for Hobart here in inning number 7. That'll bring Lexi Tompkins to the plate. We're going to get a courtesy runner, I'm sure, for Collier. And let's see who they run out there. Looks like that will be Carissa Smith. So Smith going to be the courtesy runner. She is not in the batting order. She's just in there defensively, and that's why she is able to come in and run. So Smith at first base now. First pitch to Tompkins, taken for a strike, and it's 0-1 on Lexi. Tompkins 0 for 2 on the night. She has walked. Rolled into a fielder's choice and grounded out 3 unassisted. Fouls this one back to the screen, and the count 0-2 now on Lexi. Well, Sydney Webb came on after the first 2 batters got aboard in the 6th inning and set down Hobart in order, 1-2-3 fashion, a couple of strikeouts along the way. She could use one right now. Webb, 0-2 pitch. Tompkins had a notion laid off, and it's 1-2 on Lexi. May have been a pitch out there by Hobart. See if anything was on with the courtesy runner here at first base. And Smith downstairs for a ball. Countdown leveled at 2-2. So again, Sydney Webb wants to come with her best. She does not want to run the count full to 3-2. 2-2 pitch on the way here. Little looping ball towards Rogers, who tags the runner and throws to first in time for the double play. Oh, doctor. Heads up play by Sarah Rogers. Little looping one-hop line drive at hers. She fielded Collier, or rather the courtesy runner, Carissa Smith, tagged out on the way by, and then firing to first base and getting Tompkins by a step for the second out of the inning. Great play there by Sarah Rogers. Mangum, though, not out of the woods just yet. Molly Myers steps in, swings, fouls one back to the screen, 0-1 on Myers. Molly has gone 1 for 3 in the ball game with an RBI and a run scored. Had a notion there, takes outside for a ball, and the count now leveled at 1-1. Myers retired on a bang-bang play at first base back in inning number 3, and then single, drove in a run in the 4th, and then was called out when she made contact with the ball in fair territory back in inning number 5. Hits this one foul off her fist, and it's 1-2 now on Molly Myers. So Webb trying to avoid disaster here in the 7th. Leadoff runner aboard. Great double play by Sarah Rogers. 0-2 now. And good job that time by Myers to fight off a tough pitch. It'll stay 1-2. Mangum trying to extend this one to the 8th inning. We're tied at 8 in the bottom half of the 7th. 2 gone. 0-2 pitch. Again, back to the screen. Check it. It's 1-2. 1-2. It'll say that with that foul back to the screen. Well, been a while since we had a good one here. In fact, that game against Duke a couple of weeks ago that the Lady Tigers ended up winning against Mangum. 1-2 pitch. High and outside for a ball. 2-2. Mangum love to win a close one here on the road. We play in inning number 7. Tied at 8 with 2 gone in the 7th. And the 2-2 pitch. Inside for a ball. 3-2. And boy, Richard furious across the way. He thought that was strike 3. So here we go. Webb versus her opposite number, Molly Myers. Swing and a miss. Myers, no, got a piece of it. Back to the screen. Wow. Where we sit, we've got basically a post. We're looking out 2 different windows, and at first we thought the ball had gone into the glove of Rogers. So here we go. Let's do it again. Off the end of the bat, foul. It'll stay 3-2. I tell you what, Nicole Rogers got to be careful. She setting up very close to Myers, who is way up in the front of the box. So Rogers coming way up from her catcher's position. Got to be careful. You don't want to get a catcher's interference here. Payoff pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Getting it done again. Sid the Kid. 1, 2, 3. Hobart goes in inning number 7 thanks to the great double play started by Sarah Rogers. No runs, no hits. There was a walk and nobody left on board. We've played 7. Don't go anywhere! We're tied at 8 and headed to the 8th on Classic Hits 97.7.
What does it mean to be a Mangum Tiger, you ask? Well, we are one town, one school, and one family. We may be a small town, but we have big dreams and a bright future ahead of us. This is Lori Laughlin from Stockman's Bank, member FDIC, and we are so proud to support the Mangum Tigers.
Folks in Mangum know what to do when they need to quench a thirst, curb a hunger attack, or cool down with an ice cream. They just make the Loop at 918 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. The Loop, supporting the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
For over 4 generations, the Willis family and staff have worked to develop their skills, and with improved technologies, they can assure you of a monument that will stand the test of time. Their award-winning designers, expert stonecutters, layout artists, sandblast sculptors, and installation crew are here to serve you. Visit them online at willisgranite.com. Willis Granite Products, with locations in Granite, Oklahoma City, and Stillwater.
All right, so long as we're done by 6 tomorrow morning for Michael in the Morning, live from Studio B here on Classic Hits 97.7, we'll be A-OK. Top of the 8th inning and top of the order due up for the Mangum Lady Tigers. It'll be Kyra Hussey, Dusty Pence, and then Haven Gilbert. Mangum getting off the collective deck in inning number 6, scoring 4 times to tie it, and then holding on in both the bottom of the 6th and 7th innings against Hobart. Cold strike here. Hussey showing bunt, pull the bat back, and so on Kyra. Hussey 1 for 3. She's scored twice and been hit by a pitch. 0-1 pitch on the way to the center fielder. Inside for a ball, and the count level at 1-1. One offering on the way here from Myers. Kyra looks at one upstairs for a ball, and the count now 2-1. And again, it's a theme we've been talking about all night long. Mangum trying to wrap up the district championship here tonight. Hobart trying to keep their championship dreams alive. Inside to Hussey. Oh no, a delayed strike call. Woo! 2-2 now on Hussey. Boy, that one, Richard just turned his back and walked away for a moment. Hussey not sure that call either. So the count 2-2 on Kyra. Here comes Myers' pitch. Foul back to the screen. Stays 2-2. Talked about fans in the stands with sweaters and jackets, and your old buddy Michael in the morning would like a jacket right about now. It's a little bit frosty up here in this press box, about 20 feet off the ground. 3-2 pitch. High fly ball, right center field. Back goes the center fielder, and the right fielder, Smith and company, cannot get there. And safe at second base will be Kyra Hussey. And a little bit of a conversation going to happen here. That's why I delayed on the call, because it appeared that Hussey collided with Jenny Hoyle as she was rounding first base, headed towards second. And Bill Ferguson explaining to Chan Hussey, yeah, I made that call. I think what they're arguing, though, is that if she doesn't get in the way, Kyra Hussey winds up at third base on the play. So Kyra at second, nobody out here in inning number 8, and that'll bring Dusty Pence to the plate. Pence has walked 3 times and popped out. Showing bunt here. Bunts it out in front of home plate. It'll squibble foul, and it's 0-1 on Dusty. The conversation's still going on about Hoyle and the collision with Hussey. They called interference. The umpire held the arm out like they should. Here's the pitch on the way to Pence. Dusty takes outside for a ball and count 1-1. But Mangum contending that that ball hit so deep that Hussey could have made third base easily. And they're grateful she's at second, but feel like she ought to be at third. Pitch on the way to Pence. Dusty fouled it over the screen, and the count now 1-2 on Dusty. So Pence doing all she can to at least put the ball in play on the right side of the infield and allow Hussey to get to third base. Dusty. Count 1-2. Joe Knapp doing his best to keep certain balls in play. That one, as we mentioned, went foul over the screen, and Coach Knapp had a kid go get it real quick and throw it back into play. So 1-2 on Pence. Hussey out at second. Here's the pitch. Ball. There goes Hussey. She'll steal third base. Kyra Hussey, the delayed steal. 2-2 now on Pence. Some confusion on the part of Hobart. Really nobody covering the bag. Getting there late was Jamie Harris, but by then Hussey was safe at third. Count 2-2 now on Pence. Pitch on the way from Myers. Ground ball towards second. Smith will knock it down. Kenley, though, only play to first base. Now it gets over the head of Hoyle, and everybody going to be safe. And Mangum on top, 9-8. Give the RBI to Dusty Pence. It'll go E4. And Mangum leads 9-8. Not done just yet. Here's Haven Gilbert. Gilbert, a big RBI single in the sixth inning. Going to bunt here. It's a good one. And now it gets away from the first baseman, and everybody going to be safe again. How about that? Ball up the line. Hoyle could not handle it. And safe at first base is Haven Gilbert. Still nobody out. So another error committed by Hobart. And a conversation going to take place between the Lady Bearcats out in the circle. Gilbert, by the way, courtesy runner for Mangum. They've got runners at first and third. Still nobody out. And here's Nicole Rogers. Rogers, an RBI fielder's choice her first time around. Since then, she has singled twice and drove in 2 more runs. So 2 for 4 in the ball game with 3 RBI. Ball in the dirt, courtesy runner off to second base there easily. Mangum now with runners at second and third. Still nobody out. Boy, Sarah Rogers a chance to break this one open here in the 8th. Pitch to Rogers. Sarah, line shot underneath the glove of Smith. Rolls into shallow right field. 1 run will score. They'll hold the runner at third. Richard Carney will, but Mangum has got 2 on the board here in the 8th. And another RBI single for Sarah Rogers. Runners at first and third. Joe Knapp now going to go out and have a conversation with his kids. Mangum battling all the way back. They've forged a 2-run lead. We play in the top of the 8th. Lady Tigers 10. Lady Bearcats 8. We're back after this. Classic Hits 97.7.
Travis Septic Tank Service can handle everything related to septic tank maintenance and cleaning, including commercial applications. Call Travis Septic Tank Services at 580-782-2384. That's 782-2384. Travis says, go Mangum Tigers.
Wondering how Western Oklahoma State College can fit into your future? With 25 degree options and more than 20 student organizations, it's easy to join the Pioneer family. Western offers classes online and on campus, making it simple to fit an education into your schedule. Western's tuition is less than half of a 4-year university's and offers many scholarship opportunities. To find out more about how your future is brighter at Western, visit wosc.edu.
Here's Sydney Webb now, a chance to help herself for the Mangum Lady Tigers. Runners at first and third, nobody out. And Webb getting it done in the circle for Mangum in innings number 6 and 7. As she turned back a couple of opportunities, it looked like Hobart might finish the ball game off. By the way, Rogers taking second base on the stolen base here. She's in scoring position with nobody out. Count on Webb is 1. He had a notion, took it for a strike, and the count now level at 1-1. Sydney popped out to the catcher her last time around. She's got an RBI single, and her position has come around to score a run. Still nobody out here in the 8th. Webb, oh, big cut there. Fouled it back to the screen. In the count now 1-2. So Mangum started off with a 2-0 lead, expanded it to 3-0, gave up 8 in the 4th, trailed 8-3, got 1 back in the 5th, 4 more in the 6th, and I've got 2 here in the 8th. Webb here on the right side. That's fouling out of play. And it'll stay 1-2 on Sidney. A victory would put Mangum at 10-0 inside the district. Move Hobart to 7-2. Lady Tigers still with 2 ball games left. They would play Sayre tomorrow in a pair of ball games. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Webb. Sidney, line drive, off the glove of Smith. That's a base hit. Let's see if he sends Rogers. And Nicole will come in standing up. Mangum with 4 on the board here in inning number 8, and they now lead it by a score of 12-8. Sidney Webb, a couple of RBI with the opposite field single. McKinley Smith has made one great defensive play after another tonight, but couldn't climb the ladder high enough to go get that one. Just off of her glove and into right field. Keely Hussey now going to come in and run for Webb. Here's Victoria Geralds. Geralds has won the collar tonight. Victoria 0 for 4. Pitch on the way to Geralds. Downstairs for a ball. I'm going to call it a strike, and it's 0-1 on Victoria. Well, you cannot say enough about Mangum's resiliency here. They could have put a stamp on it and mailed it in. Pitch upstairs, Hussey off with it, and Keeley will go in rather awkward fashion, but she is safe. Count on Geralds is 1-1. Not only have they answered the charge offensively late in the ball game, but boy, I tell you what, could have given up winning runs in the 6th and 7th innings. Pitch outside for a ball, 2-1. Great pitching by Sidney Webb, coming on with 2 runners aboard, nobody out in the 6th. Then the leadoff runner gets on board in the 7th. Ground ball to Sarah Rogers makes a great bang-bang play that turned into a double play, left the bases empty. Webb gets the final out of the inning, and Mangum now with 4 already here in the 8th. Still nobody out. And the count on Victoria Geralds is 3-1. Keely Hussey, the courtesy runner, out at second base. Ball 4, Geralds is aboard for the first time this evening. So Victoria on. Here's Maddie Lively. Maddie's been hit by a pitch, has struck out twice and grounded out. She's 0 for 3 officially. Mangum, they know that no lead is safe. Remember, Hobart scored 8 in the 4th. Try to get as many as they can here. Swinging through that bunt attempt was Lively, and it's 0-1 on Maddie. Ball got away momentarily from Abby Simmons, but a good job by Simmons to keep that thing out in front, keep the runners at first and second. 0-1 pitch from Myers to Lively. Maddie pulls the bat back, and there go the runners, and now they will be safe at second and third. So Keely Hussey is at third, and out at second base, Victoria Geralds. The count on Lively, level at 1-1. Molly Myers trying to get herself out of the inning. 1-1 pitch to Lively. Pulls the bat back high, ball 2, 2-1. J.C. Nippert, who has singled 3 times on the night, waits in the on-deck circle. 2-1 pitch on the way to Lively. Maddie swinging away. Can't catch up with that fastball. The count level at 2-2. Mentioned a couple of ball games tomorrow night against Sayre. Lady Tigers would love to run the table and finish at 12-0 inside the district. 2-2 pitch. Lively swinging a miss. That's the first out of the inning. Maddie gone on strikes for the 3rd time tonight. That'll bring J.C. Nippert to the plate. Nippert, as we mentioned, 3 for 4. 3 singles and a run scored. Base hit here, plates 2. Nippert shows bunt, puts it down. Fielded by the third baseman. She'll throw to the second baseman for the out, but scoring on the play will be Keely Hussey. Boy, that's one where Harris just turns and flips it to Abby Simmons at the catcher's dish, and you get a run at the plate. But nonetheless, 2-4 on the fielder's choice and an RBI for J.C. Nippert. That'll bring to the plate Nicole Rogers. Rogers takes a strike and it's 0-1. Nicole has grounded out, single, RBI, walked, scored a run, and hit into a fielder's choice. She bats here with 2 gone in the 8th, and Mangum on top, 13-8. Count now level at 1-1 on Nicole. Mangum batting around here in inning number 8. 5 across so far. Here's a cold strike. And the count now 1-2 on Nicole Rogers. And you look ahead to Hobart's half of the 8th inning. They'll have the top of the order and Abby Simmons to lead it off in the 8th. Molly Myers thought she had a strikeout there. Well, that's a good pitch by Myers. The count now leveled at 2-2 on Nicole Rogers. 2-2 offering on the way. Rogers, fly ball, right field. Tompkins misses, judges it. It goes over her head. And safe at first base, driving in another run, will be Nicole Rogers. Well, never getting a glove on the ball was Lexi Tompkins, so no error on the play and an RBI. And now Mangum has pushed 6 across here in inning number 8. Wow. I'm not sure that Tompkins didn't lose that ball in the light. See? Got to a spot and then suddenly it was over her head as though she did not pick it up. So that will keep the inning alive for Mangum. As they score another run, they've not posted it on the scoreboard, but Mangum was 6 in the frame and now they lead it 14-8. Kyra Hussey trying to bunt her way aboard. Ball goes foul. And it's 0-1. Hussey began the inning with a double, stole third, and came around to score. You'll remember her shot into the gap between Smith and Tompkins. The brain trust from Mangum thought she should have been awarded third base. Little inside-out swing, slow roller. Kenley Smith flips it to first in time for the out, and the inning will come to an end. But not before Mangum comes up with 6 runs in the frame. 6 runs for the Lady Tigers on 5 hits. There was an error and a runner left on board. We've played 7.5. It's now Mangum 14, Hobart 8. Classic Hits 97.7.
Triad Home Health in Mangum is locally owned and offers nursing, physical therapy, occupational, wound care, IV therapy, and more. All administered by people who go above and beyond for you. Phone Triad Home Health today at 580-782-5800. That's 782-5800.
333 Dental Care in Mangum is the dental practice of Dr. Dustin Lively. His experience, skill, and compassion go hand in hand when providing exceptional, up-to-date patient care. Dr. Lively and his team of professionals are proud to help you with the best dental care possible, along with preventive care that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. Call 580-782-2552 or visit the team at 333 Dental Care. They support the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
The Castle Insurance Agency of Mangum is celebrating 80 years in business and 4 decades of Mangum Tiger and Lady Tiger graduates. The Castle Insurance Agency has had and will continue to have a long-term commitment to support Mangum students on the field and off the field. For auto, home, farm, bonds, crop, oil field, or commercial insurance, please call or stop by the Castle Insurance Agency, 122 South Pennsylvania in Mangum. Call 782-3049. That's 782-3049. The Castle Insurance Agency of Mangum.
Sydney Webb starts off Abby Simmons with a strike, and it's 0-1 on the catcher. 0-1 pitch on the way. Simmons ground ball towards second. Sarah will field, flip the first in time for out number 1. Simmons retired 4-3. Simmons was the one who started that 8-run rally back in inning number 4 when she tripled and came around to score, then got hit by a pitch in the same inning and scored again. Grounds out here on the evening now. She is 2 for 4 with a pair of runs scored. Cold strike here on Kenley Smith. Oh, got a Curtis. Looks like got a pinch hitter. Ground ball towards second. Flipped the first in time for out number 2. And actually it was Jamie Harris who led off the inning with that first out. Harris, the 9th place hitter, out number 1, retired 4-3, and now also retired 4-3. Abby Simmons, 2 up, 2 down for Hobart in their half of inning number 8, trailing 14-8. And the first pitch to Kenley Smith taken for a bowl, and it's 1-0 on Kinley. We apologize for that. So Jamie Harris and Abby Simmons both retired on ground balls to second base. 2 gone here in inning number 8. Mangum trying to go 20-3 on the year and 10-0 inside district play. Count 2-0 on Kinley Smith. 2-0 pitch. Downstairs for ball, 3-0. If they hold on and win this thing, and again, don't count Hobart out. They scored 8 in that 4th inning of play, but if Mangum holds on and win, an impressive comeback victory for the Lady Tigers. They were on the scrap heap after that 4th inning of play and just absolutely staggered. Came out of the standing 8 count and find themselves leading here 14-8 with 2 gone in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cold strike on Kinley Smith. 3-1 pitch to the senior, ball 4. Smith will keep the ball game alive for Hobart. Been a tale of 2 ball games for Sydney Webb. Webb didn't pitch that badly through the first 3 innings. Boy, in the 4th, it just simply fell apart for her. Then she comes back in a relief role in the 6th inning. Has just been lights out ever since. First pitch to Jenny Hoyle, taken for a strike 0-1. Hoyle struck out in the 6th inning with runners at first and second. That's when Webb came on in relief. Swing and a miss here, 0-2. You'll remember that Haven Gilbert was on the mound for Richard. Gilbert gave up a single to Abby Simmons, walked Kinley Smith. Webb was at first. They flip-flopped Webb and the first baseman, and now we've got a strikeout in the ball game. So Jenny Hoyle gone on strikes, and Sydney Webb getting it done. An impressive effort by Sydney Webb as Hobart comes up empty in the 8th inning. No runs, no hits. There was a walk and a runner left on board. Mangum Lady Tigers win it by a final score of 14-8. We're back to wrap it up after this on Classic Hits 97.7.
Farmers and ranchers need feed or supplies? 4E Feed and Supply in Mangum is farm-owned, so they understand your needs for the farm and ranch. They feature bulk feeds for pickup or they'll deliver. Great brands coupled with fast, friendly service. They have gates and panels, vet supplies, and show feeds too. 4E Feed and Supply supports Greer County school sports and ag activities. 425 East Lincoln in Mangum.
Buy your Mangum Tiger Spirit clothing from locally owned CJ's Tiger Specialty Shop, where you'll find the best selection, quality, and the lowest prices. Greer County items, too. They'll design something especially for your group. CJ's is your one-stop Mangum School Spirit Shop, 1 block south of the high school, Mangum, Oklahoma.
Well, this ballgame certainly lived up to the hype and lived up to the rivalry between these 2 schools as Mangum gets off the deck and wins it by a final score of 14-8 to move to 10-0 inside district play. 20-3 overall. Mangum 2 runs to begin the ballgame without the benefit of a hit in inning number 1. They added 1 in the 4th, and then Hobart explodes for 8 runs in the inning, takes an 8-3 lead. Mangum gets 1 back in the 5th, 4 more in the 6th to tie it, and then in the 8th inning, they score 6 times and win it by a final score of 14-8. 14 runs, 13 hits, and an error for the Lady Tigers. Meantime, Hobart 8 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors in the loss. They are now 7-2 inside district play and 13-7 overall. So Mangum, for all intents and purposes, have won the district championship. We'll have 2 more games with them tomorrow night. They can make it official with a Game 1 victory over Sayre. First pitch set for about 4:30 as we've got a doubleheader on tap. 4:30 tomorrow afternoon, Mangum and Sayre. Don't forget about the Tiger Bash coming up on Thursday in downtown Mangum. Going to be there and be a part of it and help be a part of that big fundraiser to assist the athletic department at Mangum High School. And then on Friday, it's football, week number 3. Tigers head home for the first time this year. They'll get the Warriors of Apache. Our pregame show from the Liberty Bowl gets away at 6:30. And then the kickoff will be 7 o'clock. So, again, congratulations to the Mangum Lady Tigers as they come from behind and win here tonight 14-8. Great pitching performance in the second half of the ball game for Sydney Webb. Comes on with 2 on, nobody out in the 6th inning, and gets 3 outs in a row. Leadoff hit to begin inning number 7. It's a ground ball to Sarah Rogers, who makes a marvelous tag and throw for a double play. And then Webb takes care of Hobart in the 8th inning. Mangum wins it by a final score of 14-8. Our producer engineer, been the lovely, the talented Chad Fox. I'm Michael Barnes. Don't forget now, Michael in the Morning, tomorrow morning beginning at 6, right here on your voice of Tiger Sports. We are Classic Hits 97.7.